29 in the NBA.
This is TNT Sports. One week ago tonight, the Dallas Mavericks were in Sacramento's Arco Arena, swiping the home court edge from the Kings.
Under 4 to play in the game. Great spin move by Nash with a spectacular pass. Steve Nash pulls a Houdini.
But after that breakthrough, the Mavs went 0 for 2 back home.
Bibby shoots free. Hangs, play it down. Mike Bibby with 12.2 left.
The Kings are a win away from reaching a plateau they've never known in Sacramento. Sprinting toward the Western Conference Finals. The Mavs and Kings, Game 5, next. All right, the conference finalists will be decided this week. Just when and where, still to be determined. Ernie Johnson in Atlanta, welcome back to the NBA playoffs. There are 4 games in the books in all 4 conference semifinal series, and they all stand at 3-1. We check the AOL brackets in the East. The top-seeded Nets and the number 3 Celtics are a win away from clinching. It could happen Wednesday on TNT for Jason Kidd and the Nets, who gave Charlotte a shiner Sunday. Well, in case you haven't heard, Antoine Walker and the Celtics will try to put away the Pistons in Detroit tomorrow night on TBS. Now, the Western Conference, it's looking like the Lakers and the Kings, but a couple of Texas teams still have a say. San Antonio goes to L.A. tomorrow night on TBS, and tonight, Dallas tries to stay alive against the Kings as we head to Sacramento.
Kings are up 3-1. Trouble tonight for the Mavs.
So why should I say, don't worry, be happy? Can you tell the truth? I've been worried from the start. You know as well as me, we got trouble with the capital T. Everything we got is falling apart.
It's been more than 2 decades since the Kings franchise has made it to the conference finals. Tonight, they find themselves 1 win away from that coveted destination. A dramatic turn from just a week ago when Dallas had control of the series. Now the Mavericks face elimination. Welcome to Game 5, Western Conference semifinals, the Dallas Mavericks and the Sacramento Kings. And good evening, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. The Sacramento Kings can become the first team in these playoffs to advance to the conference finals. All they have to do is beat their nemesis, the Dallas Mavericks. Now, Dallas has won 3 of the last 4 games in this building, which is very loud and very tough to win in. Wins orchestrated by their coach, Don Nelson, right now is standing by with our Craig Sager.
Well, thanks, Kevin. Coach, you've been involved in 3-1 deficits as a player and as a coach. Calling on that experience, what'd you tell your team tonight?
Well, the first thing is you don't look beyond today's game. You don't, say, hey, we got to win 3. You say, let's win 1. Let's get back to Dallas, see what we can do.
All right, we talk about the deficit. You came here a week ago, looked like you were in control of the series. You lose 2 at home. What was the most frustrating part of those losses?
Well, to lose 2 at home was frustrating. You know, that we've had great games. This has not been a great series. It will be if we can win today. It'll turn back into a great series.
Well, it's been a great series to watch. We look forward to the game tonight. Good luck.
Thank you.
Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. Now with Hall of Fame coach John Thompson. All right, John, where does Dallas place their emphasis in tonight's game?
I don't know about Dallas placing their emphasis, but I know the Kings have been placing their emphasis on Nash, Kevin. They've put a lot of pressure on him. They've trapped him. They've also put length on him, a bigger guy, which has caused more turnovers. He's protected the ball throughout the series, but if you see here, you have a larger guy guarding him. This guy's got a tremendous arm span. He's covered him up, putting pressure on him. Nash tries to throw a diagonal pass, and look, Christie jumps in and steals it. Nash has got to be able to take care of the ball and got to get his passing back together.
Yeah, you know, John, coming into the series, it was Nash and Dirk Nowitzki. Nash has held up his end of the bargain. How do you view right now Nowitzki's play?
Well, as we know, Nowitzki is a tremendous player, Kevin. But right now, I've got to think that the Kings are in his head a little bit. He's got to step up and carry his team because he's the guy that they take their cues from. If he and Nash are not on that game, we've got big problems. But I definitely think I want to watch his head a little bit more than I want to watch his game today.
All right, about a week ago at this time, we were talking about Dallas, Danny Ainge. What a compelling story the guards, Nash and Vic Van Exel have been for this team. Now it is swung around. Now it is Sacramento and their guards which are stealing the headline.
Well, that's right, Kevin. After game 2, it was Nash with 30 points. Totally dominated him. Van Exel with 19 off the bench. But in game 3 and 4, it was a complete turnaround. The point guards, Bobby Jackson, inserted into the starting lineup with Mike Bibby. 86 points, 53% shooting the three-point shots. It's been unbelievable turnaround. I expect to turn around tomorrow, but the guy, tonight, but the guy that couldn't even get in game 1 and game 2 was Scott Pollard. Now, yeah, we saw him score right here on the post-ups on the inside, dominated. But why they're fronting Scott Pollard, I have no idea why. Bobby Jackson sees the front. Pollard creates space. He attacks the basket for an easy basket. And you want transition basketball, one of the best running big men in the game. And yeah, his reputation is not that he can defend there. He can't defend the pick and roll, but right here, textbook pick and roll defense. Does a great hedge. Bobby Jackson gets through, comes in and takes the charge. And Kevin, I'm not trying to make a star out of Scott Pollard, but he's been unbelievable. He's had a huge impact in game 3 and game 4.
Dallas has not found a way to deal with him. Let's see if they can do that tonight. So the Mavericks are facing elimination. The once joyous Dallas team looking to extend this series for yet another game.
I don't want you anymore, cause you took my joy. I don't want you anymore. You took my joy. You took my joy. I want it back. You took my joy. I want it back. You took my joy. I want it back. You took my joy. I want it back.
Log on to CNNSI.com. Sports Illustrated at the speed of CNN.
Chili's tender boneless buffalo wings. Bones bad. Meat good.
Feel it's not a bonfire unless they can see it from space. Know how to treat a lady and her cousin and her neighbor and someone she kind of knows from the gym? Think aerobics is a sport? A spectator sport. Well, then you, my friend, have got a little captain in you. Cold, bold, Captain Morgan Gold. Premium malt beverage with a crisp new taste. What do you say? Got a little captain in you?
Don't break if you're under 21.
Your memories are priceless. So why not preserve them on a format that can stand the test of time? Recordable DVD by Philips. Simple to use, easy to enjoy. Some memories were meant to last. Preserve them with a Philips DVD recorder.
After 7 years of trying, he's really here.
Good gifts of love.
I know.
Good gifts to hand me down.
Honey, who's that?
It's Mark, our financial advisor.
You've planned the next 18 years?
Yeah.
From college to retirement planning, our financial advisors help clients realize their dreams.
These gifts to
Express pickup. Wow, what a time saver, Ted. I mean, order stuff online, pick it up right away, and you're gone. Honey, you could have waited in the car. It's like we're barely even in the store. Isn't Express pickup great?
No. Save time if you want to. Express pickup. Order online, pick up right away, or we'll ship to you. Circuit City. We're with you.
Can I leave my...
I'll get it.
Oh, here they are.
This is Silverado Heavy Duty, with the most towing capacity of any heavy-duty pickup. Silverado Heavy Duty. More truck. From Chevy.
Two grilled stuffed burritos.
Bring it on.
It's big, it's beefy, it's the grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Seasoned beef, 3 melted cheeses, sealed inside a grilled tortilla. The affordable heavy-duty portable is just $1.99. For the heaviest meal on wheels, you gotta think outside the bun.
Hey, where are you off to?
Some conference in Cleveland.
Oh yeah, who with?
With Cooper.
Cooper.
Who's naughty on this plane?
This guy.
How much do you make?
Drink.
Because it's not as much as I make, I'll tell you that much right now.
Sort by shortest flights. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com. There is the world you know, and one you can only imagine. Where you can navigate satellites, or fly without ever leaving the ground. Where you can live in the future before it even arrives. When you cross into the blue, everything is different and important. Especially you.
Chili's tender boneless buffalo wings. Bones bad, meat good.
And we're back in Sacramento. These are the playoffs on TNT. The Sacramento River. It was a beautiful day here in the capital of California. And it is a loud building right now inside Arco Arena. Our Circuit City starting lineups. Michael Finley, Dirk Nowitzki, Rafe LaFrentz, Adrian Griffin gets the surprise start along with Steve Nash in the back court for Dallas. In the Kings tonight, Pito Turkoglu with Chris Webber and Vlade Divac. Backcourt, Doug Christie and Mike Bibby. Another check-in right now with Craig Sager.
Well, despite the excitement of the playoffs, Dirk Nowitzki says he has felt sluggish and unable to recover between games. On Friday, he received a sports IV, an injection of vitamin B12 and also magnesium. The B12 was supposed to give him energy, and the magnesium was supposed to be able to recover from the sluggishness during the games. I talked to the doctors. They said as far as they're concerned, it doesn't do anything, but if Dirk Nowitzki thinks it helps him, they'll be happy to give it to him. Kevin?
John, you think they're ready?
Well, I think they're ready by the excitement that I hear in here, but Craig Sager's report sort of concerns me. I opened up by saying I was concerned about where Dirk's head is.
Hey, but, you know, that's his problem. Vitamin B12 shots, I mean, that's, everybody gets those. You know, you're just trying to do anything to get energy. Sports IVs, that's just very common.
It could be very common all you want to, but I tell you what, he better have his head in the right place in here tonight.
Our officials tonight to take a look at what these two teams have done in terms of the road teams. What that graphic is all about, 6 of 8 games the road team has won this season. Officials tonight, Dan Crawford, Joe Forte, and Teddy Bernard. Dallas losing by 2 in game 4 and losing by 6 in game 3. I don't think any of us thought, Danny, that they would lose 2 straight games at home.
No, and the games were close. I mean, this series could easily be the other way, but you got to give Sacramento credit, especially Mike Bibby. Big plays down the stretch and clutch. And Bobby Jackson in the last game with 15 fourth-quarter points was enormous.
Nash will be facing Bibby inside across the lane. Nowitzki, LaFrentz snuck in inside Turkoglu.
Well, that was an excellent pass and a dangerous one because he was already in a position to score himself, and he threw it to LaFrentz, and LaFrentz made it.
Finley is guarding Christie. They've got Nowitzki watching Divac. And Christie over Finley, and a rebound by LaFrentz.
Well, not a very good shot right there. Fade away out of the post by Doug Christie. They got to get more movement. I like what Dallas is doing. They're not standing as much as they were in game 1 and game 2. They're just moving. It looks like they're playing more of a motion type of offense versus set plays or just two-man basketball.
Now they've got the left-hander Griffin, who nails a two-point shot. Any points he puts in tonight will be good.
Well, it's kind of a bonus when Griffin scores, but Griffiths can't score. I mean, the guy is the best shooter. That's why they started Johnny Newman early in the series. Not quite as good of an offensive player as Griffin because Griffin had the bad back.
There's a nice shot put in by Chris Webber. He is the leading scorer for Sacramento in this series at 23 points a game. Then it was a miss, too.
The important thing with the Kings have to run if they have the opportunity, but they definitely have to force Dallas to play defense by taking their time and taking good shots.
Webber to Divac. Sacramento has had great success in this series, shooting from the field in the first quarter. Griffin working on Webber. A screen for Nash. Down the lane and kicks it off to LaFrance.
And I love that play by LaFrance. In game 1, he did nothing but spot up. At the end of the year, he did nothing but spot up at the three-point line. In the last 4 games, he's played great basketball by being a lot more aggressive in the paint. And right there, we see a more aggressive approach to Mike Bibby. He's really earned their respect. That's the pass you're talking about there, Coach. Beautiful feed by Nowitzki. And that's what he did good in game 3, or game 4. He had 7 assists, and there's another 7-foot big man making a beautiful play off the dribble.
Turkoglu with the screen, and then Peja Stojakovic out at least this week, maybe next. And so Turkoglu takes his place, and there's a foul called on Adrian Griffin, who picks up his first of the game.
And the good thing about what happened right there is that the Kings cannot get caught up in transition and just shooting at the first opportunity. If they don't have the transition, they've got to work and force this team to play the kind of defense as you saw that they cannot play now.
That was a sensational pass into Divac.
Well, and there was like a 4-man overload on the strong side. There was no weak side help, and that's just bad defense by Nowitzki, but he's trying to cover up the fact that he can't defend Vlade once he gets the ball. That's another adjustment that Delhi's made by putting Nowitzki on Vlade.
Offensive rebound by the point guard Nash across the lane, out to Griffin, the ex-Celtic, who nails that, and he suddenly has 4.
Well, Nash has done a good job of penetrating and getting it out to the other side. Sometimes when Nash gets in amongst those trees, he's covered up and gets himself in trouble, and that's why he's had excessive turnovers, because they try to trap him in here.
They're going inside as Bibby trying to penetrate. Steve Nash grabbing on, and a foul for the first time called on Nash.
Well, look at the overload. Weber's all the way over there. They got Christie over there, Bibby, and no weak side help for Vlade. They got to do a better job of communicating that there's no weak side help, so they won't front.
Christie had the pass, and Weber puts it down. He's got 4.
And I think one of the reasons they don't have weak side help is that the Kings are overloading their offense and taking everybody to one side of the floor so that Vlade and Chris Webber are isolated on the post with no help on the other side.
Christie galloping against Griffin. And here's Bibby picked up by Finley. Christie again, who Mavericks coach Don Nelson called earlier today the series MVP. Good move, room to fire, and nails it. And this is Sacramento's first lead tonight.
Well, and he called Christie the MVP because of his defense, especially on the weak side. He does as good a job as anybody is zoning off the weak side, playing 2 different positions in the slot. And he's also been very effective with 14 fourth-quarter points in game 3.
Nice spin move by Nash, kicking it to Nowitzki. Did he save it? Nope. Over and back.
Kevin, but that was an example of what I'm talking about. That once Nash gets amongst the trees, if he doesn't have anybody to pass to, his vision is blocked up.
Beautiful lob pass right there. Rafe LaFrance trying to deny Webber the ball. He does a spin out. Again, no weak side help because of the overload. You can see all 4 Sacramento players on the strong side.
Sacramento has hit their last 5 and make it 6 as Mike Bibby puts in his first tonight. The Kings are 6 of 7. The Mavericks to start the game 4 of 6.
Well, and the reason why you got Adrian Griffin in the lineup, they've been getting killed on the glass. Van Exel not a rebounder. Plus, a lot of the minutes Van Exel's on the court, he's wasted because Nash, Nowitzki, and Finley dominate the ball so much, so they bring him off the bench.
Christie down the lane.
Well, that was just a great play by Christie right there. He faked out and went back in. Nobody was there to help.
I can hardly hear myself talking right now. This is awesome.
And a foul called on Divac, who picks up his first. His Kings on an 8-0 run.
And this is the story of the series. Go ahead, Coach.
Well, and this is the play when Christie went in. You know, and he just went right to the basket. All 5 guys are open. Nobody reacted from the weak side. No one came over to help. And there was a good read on the part of Christie, too, because he recognized that.
The French with the miss. 1 rebound advantage for the Kings, who come the other way. The screen set by Weber for Turkoglu over Nowitzki. Finley the rebound.
And you know, it's early in this game. It's only 14-8. Dallas has plenty of time to get going, obviously, but right now is kind of how the series has been going too. Everybody on Sacramento is playing well, and Dallas is just kind of, you know, not shooting as high a percentage and turning the ball over, and they're just not in the same sync that Sacramento's in.
Excuse me, Kevin. I think the Kings have to continue to attack that middle, Kevin, and don't get caught up in a jump shooting contest.
It's Bibby attacking the middle with a nice feed to Divac, and a foul is assessed inside. LaFrance was defending. Finley was there as well. Michael Finley picks up his first.
And you know, the first time they ran a pick and roll with Mike Bibby, they trapped him. That's the respect that he's earned. But the last 2 times he's come off that pick and roll with a free rein, getting into the middle of the paint and making easy plays. A little jump shot, or the little runner over the top of the shot blocker, and the great pass to Divac.
So here's Divac, and John, you were talking about the success of Sacramento inside, and Divac has epitomized that as much as any single Kings player, and you can see as a team plus 20, plus 12, right on down the line, and for the series plus 42.
Well, and I think therein lies their success. If they get caught up with Dallas in a transition game, shooting jump shots, shooting too quickly, not forcing Dallas to play the kind of defense that they cannot play, then Dallas is going to win the ball game. They've got to do some penetrating, they've got to do some posting, and mix in some jump shots periodically.
Kings equal the biggest lead of 6. Dallas is led by as many as 4. Neither team has made a substitution. Here comes Finley working on Christie. 6.5 to play in the first. LaFrance double-teamed inside with the drive and a foul. And Rafe LaFrance has assessed his first foul of the game.
That's just simply a play right there, being outsmarted. LaFrance needs to just take the shot right there. A little 7-foot jump shot in the lane. He's not going to go through Vlade. He knows that Vlade's going to do that every time. You've got to learn that as the series goes along.
Finley picking up Christie. Weber looks like he wants to drive inside on LaFrance. A screen by Divac. A pick and roll try. Christie then scoops it off to Divac. On a 3-on-1 the other way. Finley to Nash. Turkoglu defending. Back to Finley inside.
Great play by Nash. He got away with it right there. He made up his mind. He actually had the open lay, and Turkoglu almost baited him into that steal.
Bibby driving into Nash. No call made. And an offensive rebound by Bibby. Weber with Griffin on. And Chris Weber has started the game 3 of 3 from the field.
Well, sometimes it becomes foolish faking flops. You got to read the referee. That's the second time Dallas has done that. The second time the officials hasn't called it, and the Kings have had a good shot.
Adrian Griffin is 3 of 3
with 6 points, and what a beautiful pass right there by Bibby.
And down hard went Weber.
Looked like he was holding his wrist right there as he hit the ground to break himself from the fall.
Wind knocked out of him. You can see him trying to raise his hips to get that wind back in the lungs. The foul was called on LaFrance. He picks up his second foul. He has been foul prone most of this series and the series before for Minnesota. But right now, all concern is focused on Chris Weber.
Hopefully it is just the wind. Again, you see him denying the ball right there. LaFrance going to the front. The fronts have hurt him. LaFrance does the right thing and prevents the easy dunk.
Weber, the second highest paid player in the NBA. Hitting the deck hard, typical of this series.
Feel it's not a bonfire unless they can see it from space. Know how to treat a lady and her cousin and her neighbor and someone she kind of knows from the gym? Think aerobics is a sport? A spectator sport. Well, then you, my friend, have got a little captain in you. Cold, bold, Captain Morgan Gold. Premium malt beverage with a crisp new taste. What do you say? Got a little captain in you?
Don't drink if you're under 21.
Anything in the mail?
Junk. Hey, look at this.
What?
A credit card pre-approved. You know what that is?
You already have a credit card.
But it's pre-approved. What do you want? A trip to Bermuda?
The Caymans?
Yeah. Or a nice dinner out.
You know what I want? A house.
Using credit wisely is the first step toward owning a home. Call for the free guide on credit from the Fannie Mae Foundation and for a list of lenders and credit counselors.
Survive the night with House on Haunted Hill. Sunday night at 8 on TNT.
The NBA playoffs on TNT are brought to you by American Express Financial Advisors. Make life rewarding. By Captain Morgan Gold, the new premium malt beverage. Got a little captain in you? By Circuit City. Circuit City, we're with you. And by the AT&T Ultimate Fan Zone on NBA.com. You can get NBA gear just by talking on the phone.
This June, New York's toughest cop is back. Witchblade. See the 2-hour season premiere, Sunday, June 16th at 8 on TNT.
Over half the points have come in the paint for the Sacramento Kings. An update on Chris Webber from our Craig Sager.
Well, Chris broke his fall by landing on his left wrist. Team doctor Richard Martyr examined him. There was nothing broken or sprained. However, Chris said it was very sore. So for precaution, they taped it. So we do not know if it will limit any of his mobility or ball handling skills, but it is his left wrist. Kevin?
All right, Craig, thank you. LaFrentz just picked up his second foul and has more fouls than anyone so far in this game has been taken out. Eduardo Najera is in with Nowitzki, Finley, Nash, and Griffin. Weber at the line for Sacramento. Turkoglu, Divac, Bibby, and Christie. And that is the 5 for the Kings. 7 for Weber. Now number 8. And the Sacramento Kings from the free throw line 4 of 4. Dallas has yet to attempt a free throw tonight.
And absolutely no shot blocking on the court for Dallas.
And a foul called. It's on Dallas trying to clear some space. Steve Nash. Make it Najera, who picked up his first.
Najera clears space anytime he gets near everybody.
Well, he's a physical player, and they're not happy. Nelly can't be happy with the way Rayful Fritz is getting beat on the back doors by Weber. And he's, it's just not been good defense, and Najera's much more physical. But there again, the fronts are absolutely killing Dallas.
And a great feed there, John, by Weber into Divac.
Well, and I think they're exposing the lack of defense on the part of Dallas in a lot of instances, because all they're doing is swinging the offense to one side, isolating the postman and letting him spin.
Nowitzki is 2 of 3. Neither team has attempted a three-point shot in the game so far.
And you see the overload by Sacramento, and right here, Najera's playing behind him. He's going to try to frustrate Weber. He got 4 fouls in just 5 minutes last game. He's out there to just get inside his head.
And he may have altered the shot right there, and Nash out of the blocks and off to the races. The other way, great pass into Najera, playing with a broken thumb. Saved it to Nowitzki. Finley on top. Shot clock at 13. Weber is on Finley, and Finley carves his way down the lane. And he now has 4 for the Mavericks.
And he's been huge in Game 3 and Game 4. He was the only bright spot offensively, consistent and attacking the basket, scoring in every way imaginable.
Chris Webber with a miss, his second tonight. He still has 8. Finley down the lane with the foul called as he was angling his way inside.
And the fronting was a good tactic early in this series, but now you see right there, Vlade's being fronted, and look how far he is away from the basket. It opens all that space, and Griffith just there, and plus he's not a shot blocker. Even if Vlade catches it, he's not going to be able to do anything, and they have exploited that front early on. At the same time, Dallas is only down 4.
So Weber picks up his first foul of the game for Sacramento.
Finley is one of the most effective Dallas players in getting into the paint. He creates a problem because he goes with a certain amount of strength and intensity. Most of those other guys are in there too light when they go in there, and they're basically jump shooters. That's been one of the problems.
It's the second free throw he has scored. coming into tonight. 65 points the last 2 games as Nick Van Exel is in the game for the first time. Nash taking a breather. Griffin is on Turkoglu, approaching 4 to play in the first quarter.
And I like the tactic, I'm sorry, Kevin, of bringing Van Exel back off the bench. That's what he's used to doing with this role. And plus, now that Nash is out, and Van Exel can play more of the point guard role and be more aggressive offensively.
Too easy for Chris Webber inside, John. He has a game-high 10. And at the other end, Griffin puts it down. Griffin has come on an outplays last 2 seasons with the Celtics. He now has 8 points.
Dallas definitely has to do a better job on their defensive boards. You can't give up that baskets that easily as they're giving up.
Christie.
And a great play right there by Mike Bibby. Making the choice, good decision with the ball. Webber pump fakes and sees wide open Christie. Excellent job.
Backed away. Here's the first 3-point attempt of the game. Van Exel launched it. Finley grabs it. Another offensive rebound. Across the lane he tries. Christie with the rebound. And Christie the other way, hounded by Finley.
Finley is by far the biggest guy on Dallas's team. You don't measure him, you measure how they play. He plays larger than anybody they have out there.
Bibby taking his time and accelerates across the lane with a foul. Van Exel is defending, and Van Exel with Nowitzki in back of him on the defense. Nowitzki is tagged with his first foul of the game.
Feel it's not a bonfire unless they can see it from space? Know how to treat a lady and her cousin and her neighbor and someone she kind of knows from the gym? Think aerobics is a sport? A spectator sport. Well, then you, my friend, have got a little captain in you. Cold, bold, Captain Morgan Gold. Premium malt beverage with a crisp new taste. What do you say? Got a little captain in you?
Don't drink if you're under 21.
You want to watch a big show on DirecTV, but your day is so busy you think it's not gonna be. You gotta drop the kids and the dog needs a walk, and when the really good part comes, that's when your mama calls to talk. But just look for the all-day ticket and pay once, and when you're ready, you can pick it all day till 6 a.m. Eastern. So when you're watching a show and you really gotta go, just get all-day ticket, and when you're ready, you can pick it. You know what I'm saying? All-day ticket.
USA Today is the place for a comprehensive look around the league. Get all the latest scores, stats, standings, and daily game recaps to keep you up to date with your favorite teams and players. So pick up your copy of USA Today every day.
All the firepower, the 2 highest scoring teams in the NBA playoffs are great, but as we take a look at our American Express leaderboard, John, somewhere along the line you got to play defense, and Dallas has not.
Well, and particularly when the Kings take their time and run their offense. You know, you look at this, there's absolutely no weak side help. They're trying to front Lottie a lot more than they're trying to front Webber. But as you can see, there are holes all over the place, and after you beat one guy, as Christie does here, there's no help on the weak side, or the help is coming very late.
Bobby Jackson has checked in. Divac has checked out. First quarter shooting from the field so far, Danny, by both teams. Sacramento at 65%. Dallas at 63%.
And it seems like Sacramento does that every game in the first quarter. The second quarter is where they've been getting killed. But, you know, I agree, Coach. You know, defense, we always hear defense wins. But, you know, it's more of a defensive mentality. It's who competes, who gets the loose balls, who gives up fewer easy baskets, more deflections, more contested shots. And, you know, Dallas just doesn't seem to have that mentality in the way they play.
Well, they have a lot of size out there, but they don't have anybody that has any kind of mentality about blocking shots, or, as you said, the attitude about getting in the lane and clogging the lane up.
Adrian Griffin missing right there for the first time tonight. Bibby at the other end. Jackson tried to put it down. Picked up by Finley. Rebounding +1 for the Kings. And here comes Nowitzki with a whistle and a foul. Weber was defending. Turkoglu was there, and Turkoglu picked it up.
You know, getting back to the Dallas defense also, you know, sometimes when you're a scoring team and you play with this kind of pace, it comes down to there's certain times in the game where you have to have stops. And in game 4, a big game, you know, Bibby ends up with 2 lay-ins. You know, those are the killers right there. And when you need stops, you got to get them. If they had stops just at certain times in this game, Coach, they could be up 3-1.
Well, and the other thing is that anybody that plays against the Kings are going to have trouble defending them because they're such good passers. If you're a terrible defensive team, they're going to pick you apart.
Nowitzki across the lane, colliding with Weber, and a foul. And Weber's got his second.
Well, and you got to like the fact that Dirk is going to the basket with aggressiveness rather than taking the jumper. Certainly, he's a great outside jump shooter, but attacking the basket, I kind of like this a lot.
And the cheers you hear in the background here in R2 Arena for Scott Pollard, who has gotten off the Sacramento bench. Nowitzki at the line where he is 30 of 34 in this series. And a rear miss right there. So Pollard comes in, and Weber will check out.
Well, they love him here because he didn't get a chance to play in the game. He had 4 minutes total in game 1 and game 2. And in game 3 and game 4, he was the unsung hero.
And you know what, John? He didn't say one word of complaint when he wasn't playing.
Well, and that affords a coach the luxury of keeping you on the bench, and that's not always the worst thing in the world. Certainly the crowd is supporting him, but when you've got a player that will be ready after he has not played, that's a very significant thing rather than pouting.
Turkoglu. Pollard almost had it. Here comes Finley. Dallas is led by as many as 4. They have trailed by as many as 8. It's Nowitzki. Turkoglu on him. Mavericks on top.
And, Coach, I've always believed that the crowd goes after passion more than talent anyway. They love guys that just play hard.
Like Turkoglu right there. Here comes Bibby. Exploiting the defense of Naharan. What a move by Mike Bibby.
And that was really bad defense by Dirk Nowitzki. He needed to get back there and help Naharan the penetration of Bibby. But that's why his teammates refer to him as No D.
Here comes a long-range shot put in by Finley. He hits a 3, and he's got 9. At the other end, Jackson slides inside. Christie for 3. Rebound by newly instated Greg Buckner.
It seems like Sacramento's playing a much better game so far, but they're only ahead by 4 points.
And this pace is to the liking of Dallas, particularly if the Kings get caught up in a jump shooting contest. The Kings have been far more effective when they didn't have the break and running their offense.
No fouls to give either way. Van Exel hit the underneath portion of the backboard and picked up now by Jackson. Down court, 3-on-1 to Christie from Bibby. And a foul called on Buckner.
We talk about getting loose balls and just hustling at the defensive end. All of these things are the important things. These are what wins basketball games. The hustle points, the hustle effort. Turkoglu doing a great job. And right there, Nowitzki, absolutely no help. Might as well not even be on the court if he's not going to start playing some defense.
If he doesn't start playing some defense, you're absolutely correct.
Well, they bring in their defensive stopper now, Wong Zhu.
Really?
From the free throw line tonight, the Kings are 7 of 7. Dallas 3 of 4. That's the first miss right there. It's a 5-point Sacramento lead. Half minute to play. Finley down the lane. And out of bounds, hit the official, and it goes back to the Sacramento Kings. The turnovers now in the game. Dallas with 6. The Kings with 1 turnover.
Dallas set a record in the NBA of fewest turnovers, and they've really had way too many turnovers so far this series.
About 14 a game, Danny, in the regular season, only 12 a game.
Well, and as you know, the intensity increases, and also Nash has been penetrating deep, and they've been trapping him. And once he got in trouble, he hasn't been able to get out of there.
A Van Exel foul as Christie was diving for the loose ball on the baseline. Van Exel has his first of the game.
More hustle points right there, going to the free throw line with 3 seconds. Just they're out hustling him and out scrapping him, and that's because Doug Christie always plays that way. Bobby Jackson always plays that way. So does Turkoglu and Pollard, the energy guys of Sacramento. You know, Michael Finley plays that way for Dallas.
And you can stop right there.
Right, but Dirk Nowitzki, Rafe LaFrance, Van Exel, they're more offensive-minded people.
Well, that's what I say when I say that Finley is the biggest Dallas player in terms of how he plays, not in terms of his measurements.
Pollard will check out. Gerald Wallace comes in the game for the first time, the young rookie out of Alabama. So 3.5 left on the first quarter clock. And Christie again. Wang Zhu has the ball. Van Exel, good if it goes. Oh, and he just misses to close out the first quarter. A quarter where the Kings led by as many as 8. A game-high 10 points by Chris Webber. But for the Dallas Mavericks, facing an elimination game tonight, somehow, some way, they got to put the clamps on Chris Webber and the Kings. At the end of one, it's Sacramento 32-26.
This is the CNN Sports Update, presented by Heineken.
For CNN Sports, I'm Larry Smith. Andre Agassi's #3 position in this week's rankings makes the 32-year-old tennis player the oldest to reach that level since Jimmy Connors back in 1986. Agassi climbed 6 spots after winning the Italian Open this weekend. Rumors swirl about Andy Pettit's pitching elbow, with the New York Post reporting that the left-hander had an encouraging workout Sunday in Tampa. Pettit's been out since April 15. And that's your CNN Sports Update.
You ask me if there'll come a time when I grow tired of you. Never my love, never my love. You wonder if this heart of mine will lose its desire.
Want to switch? Sure.
Introducing the all-new Chevy Avalanche. The only vehicle that switches from an SUV to a pickup.
Good idea.
Chevy Avalanche. Motor Trend's 2002 Truck of the Year. Avalanche, like a rock.
11-8 Dallas with a win tonight over the Mavericks. Now tomorrow night on TBS, the Boston Celtics take on the Detroit Pistons. And the struggling San Antonio Spurs against the defending champion Lakers. It could be Kings-Mavs Game 6, perhaps. We do know the Hornets and Nets will be on TNT. A lot going on, a lot to juggle, a lot to throw up in the air and catch. And if you're these two teams, especially Vlade Divac, there's a lot in front of you. A chance to advance to the conference finals, Danny, with the win tonight.
Well, is where they dominated them.
Audio on your phone.
Zhu, Finley, and Greg Buckner. Here comes the second-year player from China, ramming his way inside into the rookie Wallace, and a foul called on Wallace. We'll take a look at Wong. And he'll be at the free throw line.
You know, you think of Wong as strictly an outside shooter, but that was a nice little head and shoulder fake, and he went right by Pollard.
Out there for the Kings right now, Turkoglu, Wallace, Pollard, Jackson, and Bibby.
That was nice.
You're laughing, Coach. I didn't say he blew by Pollard.
No, he went by him. It was a nice head and shoulder fake, but he didn't get any lift at the end of it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of lift. Not a lot of elevation.
You didn't say it was explosive. You said nice head and shoulder fake. You are absolutely correct.
Kings are shooting 48% from the field. Dallas, 55% from the floor. It's Bibby. Turkoglu trying to set a screen. The defensive switch. They got Finley on Bibby, and Mike Bibby, who has been spectacular in this series, missing. Here's a lead pass. Buckner to Finley outside Nash on top of 3. Nowitzki, good. Dirk Nowitzki covers one from three-point land. He's got 8 in the game.
And those are the shots that Dallas has to hit to be in this game because they certainly aren't getting much out of the inside. Just the opposite with the Kings. The Kings want to take that shot. If it's not there, they want to be under control.
Nowitzki grabs his 4th rebound. He's got 8 points with a fake on Turkoglu and a chance for the lead. Rebound Turkoglu.
I thought that shot was forced a little bit, you know, but you see Dirk picking it up defensively. At least he's out there trying defensively, and I've always felt that he's a guy that his offense affects his defense.
Well, it's very difficult to tell when they're forcing the shot because they shoot so quickly in transition. When they slow down, they have a great deal of difficulty getting into the paint, and they end up shooting the jump shot anyway.
Wang Zhizhu picks up the foul.
Pollard pats him on the rear and says, I like playing against guys like that. This is football out there. I love that. That's playing right in Pollard's game, but you can see Nelly's lit a fire under some of these softer big men that he has.
Well, and what happens when that happens, Chris is about to get another layup because they were fronting him and they were going to reverse, but what happens is you exaggerate aggressiveness when somebody's been getting on you about it. You end up creating a lot of foolish fouls at times.
Weber's got 10 outside to Bibby. He's got 6. Now, 1 of the last 13 are the Kings shooting. It's suddenly gone very, very cold as Jackson got it. Shot clock is fresh. 2 minutes gone, second quarter.
Right now, Nowitzki's isolated. They know that he's going to need help. They should be prepared to come help him.
Jackson tries. Oh, what a play by Bobby Jackson.
Nowitzki isolated. Here comes the help right there, but Wong says, glory be, the funk's on me.
$35-31.
Boy, it's absolutely insane.
He is nuts. Here's Nash outside. Finley across the lane into the rookie and into Pollard, and a foul as he was swerving and trying to cultivate some room inside. Wallace picked up his first. And Finley will be at the free throw line.
I don't think he can ever afford to take Michael Finley out of the game. He's, big clutch rebounds in overtime in Game 4. The guy that was getting all the loose balls, scoring, doing a little bit of everything.
And by the expression on Nelly's face right now, I think he knows that, too.
Devons is going to check back in. Pollard will take a breather.
I don't remember the last time I've seen Dallas play. Not 3 minutes into the second quarter, and Steve Nash has not attempted a shot. Now, Steve has been making great decisions with the ball. He's got 5 assists in 10 minutes, and I think he's been making the right choices with the ball. They're trying to take away his offense.
But they need him to score. They
do need him to score some. And, hey, you keep passing the ball, everyone else starts making shots, then the offense will open up for him.
Well, and they've got to make jump shots. I mean, they're just that kind of team. Regardless of how much we talk about them going into the paint, obviously they're limited in doing that, so they've got to do the thing that got him here.
Jackson tried to maneuver in a second turnover now for the Sacramento Kings. 6 for the Dallas Mavericks. Rafe LaFrentz is back in. He's got 2 fouls. In fact, he and Weber are the only 2 players in the game with right now as many as 2. Finley's got it. Christie applying the defense. Here's Nash yet to take a shot into Nowitzki, and he's got 8. A rookie is watching him. A defensive 3-second violation called right there.
Well, this is where you lose Stojakovic. Right here, we wouldn't see the rookie in the game. And Waltz is a terrific athlete, excellent offensive rebounder, runner, slasher, not a good outside shooter, and doesn't have the smarts to defend or the size to defend Nowitzki. And they've really missed Peja in a situation like this.
Nash from the free throw line in this series has been terrific. 15 of 16 from the line, knocking that one in right there.
Well, the dangerous thing about this game is that it appears that Dallas is really struggling, but you look at the score, they're in this ball game. If they start shooting some of those jump shots and making some of them and get their confidence back, you really are going to have an interesting situation here.
And their defense is picking up, too. I mean, now Sacramento's only shooting 42%. They started the game out shooting 65%, so this is a pattern of this been going on.
Nowitzki trying to find it inside. Dallas shooting 52%. And here comes Bobby Jackson the other way.
Well, Derek really struggles in the post. I mean, those are makeable shots. He should make those shots.
Devons collides with Nowitzki. foul goes on Wong Juju. He picks up his third, and he's got more than anyone in the game right now. Dallas is led by as many as 4. Sacramento has led by as many as 8. We're tight, under 9 to play in the first half. It's a 2-point Kings lead. An elimination game for the Dallas Mavericks.
At Kia's all-model sales event, you can get up to $2,000 cash back or 0% financing on a new car. Like the luxurious Optima. And the 5-star safety-rated Sedona minivan. What's even more attractive, they're backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
They're here for the all-model sales event? Mm-hmm. Did you tell them all-model means all car models? Good man.
So hurry down to Kia's all-model sales event and get up to $2,000 cash back or 0% financing.
Brown loves the chase. Brown tells me exactly when our customers receive their shipments. Brown tracks down the names, and that lets me bill faster. Brown helps me shake the money tree. Brown makes my job kind of fun, in a dead serious sort of way.
Get paid faster. What can Brown do for you?
Hey, you want to see how powerful Sunkist really is? Watch this. Oh, girls. This might take a while. Sunkist, experience the charge.
I think Dirk will have a great game tonight. You know, I think he's been tired this week, and he's had heavy legs and has really struggled a little bit with his shooting. But, you know, they've really put a lot of attention on him, as does everyone. And it's inevitable for a young player to go through a series and not play up to his capabilities for stretches. But, you know, he's still averaging over 20 points. For a guy to struggle and average over 20 points shows that he's, you know, an incredible player. And I think tonight, you know, we'll see a fresh Dirk. He's going to let it all hang out tonight and not really allow people to weigh him down or allow their defense to get in his way. He's going to have a great game.
Well, Nowitzki is coming off a 31-point performance, Danny, in Game 4 in Dallas.
And a spectacular third quarter to get him back in the game in second half after a slow first 3.5 games of the series. But, you know, he scored 31 points, but he still had to take 28 shots to get him. Only 9 for 28 from the field, and I still consider that a struggle.
And LaFrance was up defending. A lot of bodies are on the floor, namely that of Steve Nash. A tall lineup in now for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, they got 3 7-footers out there. They're still fronting all the way out to the hash mark. Nash just never quite got his body set. He was in perfect position had he got squared up to Divac.
Nash, John, just picked up his second personal foul of the game.
Well, and it's very interesting what Rick is doing. He's swinging the ball to one side, taking everybody on one side of the floor other than a guard. It's a shooting guard who the only help can come from a smaller player. So when Divac rolls to the basket, the help that's coming is from a guard or smaller player, and he's just jumping over it.
Divac's at the line. In the regular season, Divac's a 61% free throw shooter, but in these playoffs, 24 of 31, so he has improved in that aspect. In these playoffs, he's got 10 tonight and a perfect 4 of 4 on the free throw line. Again, 61% in the regular season. Nick Van Exel, Wong Juju, LaFrance, Finley, and Nowitzki. Where they've spread the floor here.
Well, Wong Juju has 3 fouls. I guess they don't care if he fouls out because he's going to stay in the game.
There's LaFrance. Weber slow on the defense. Inside, Wong tapped it out of bounds and a foul. And it is assessed on Michael Finley, who picks up his second of the game. Much to the chagrin of Coach Don Nelson.
And that's really a bad foul because they're in the penalty. 14 personal fouls by Dallas to only 6 by Sacramento. With 8.5 minutes to go in the second quarter, they're already in the penalty.
And I thought the foul was on Wong, really, because he came in from the back and really jumped in there aggressively. But that's a sign of inexperience also, because you're emphasizing be aggressive, you're playing soft. And if you're an inexperienced player, you tend to come in and just push your way in as opposed to using finesse and try to get around the man.
Ronnie Divac at the line, an all-star a season ago for the first time in his long career in the NBA. Wang Zhu will now check out. So Adrian Griffin will take his place. So the Mavericks downsized just a bit with 8.5 to play in the half. Griffin came in and began the game 4 of 4 from the field.
Well, I'm not really sure they did downsize.
I think they downsize when they have 7-footers in there. The way they play small.
Rebounding in the game, +1 for the Kings. Here is Nowitzki, screened by Van Exel. They have the defensive switch, and now Jackson was on Nowitzki. Now Nowitzki is left free, and Turkoglu is guarding Van Exel. Outside Finley, uncovered for 3. Rebound off the fingertips of Jackson, retrieved by Griffin. Finley poking and prodding his way inside. Here comes Weber the other way. Dallas back on defense. Jackson through the lane. Christie thinking about 2. Aaron pass to Jackson, who goes diving out of bounds to get the ball. A turnover.
And a very silly pass. I think that's just some flashbacks for when Jason Williams used to play here.
Those are flashbacks.
A lot of effort right here. Finley gets the loose ball, but good strip from behind by Weber, avoiding the foul and getting him out in the fast break.
When the Kings knowing Nash is not in here, full court pressures that time. That's interesting.
Dallas has missed their last 5 shots from 3-point territory. The Mavericks are 2 of 6. Dallas with the drive and Van Exel. LaFrentz tried the tap. LaFrentz grabs it inside. Double teamed and hooks it off. It's Divac, bobbled by Weber. That's a change of possession and a fresh 24-second shot clock.
Slow-down basketball is not the game of Dallas. They tend to have a lot of difficulty. They shoot quick and drive quickly. They're a lot more effective.
Here comes Weber again. 3, make it 4 on 3. Christie fires it inside. Turkoglu over LaFrentz.
Good transition basketball right there. But you know, Nowitzki did a good job of trying to get in. Now Nelly's going to stick up for Nowitzki. Going to the basket last time. Nowitzki jumped in, stuck his elbows out, and tried to get the call.
Technical foul on Don Nelson, the Dallas head coach. He may have set a record in a series for technicals. He did on almost every game.
Nowitzki trying to get to the free throw line, has the much smaller Doug Christie on him. Here he goes in, and watch him try to jump in and lean into Vlade. That looked like it could have been a foul right there, but it looked like from my angle that Nowitzki tried to stop it. Nowitzki does not get back on defense, and Nelly goes berserk trying to defend his star.
If Nelly's big guys were as aggressive as he were, we'd be in good shape in this game.
Building. It is so loud. Right now, Dallas is up against it, down 41-33. This is the technical free throw on the Nelson tee moments ago. And Doug Christie knocks that down. The Kings tonight for the free throw line, 14 of 16. Look at all the fouls. Technical fouls, offensive fouls.
Well, you know, watching that play on the replay, it looked like there could have been some contact right there. But from my angle, it looked like Nowitzki tried to initiate the contact. And I really thought at the time it happened that it was a good no call. But the bottom line is Nowitzki doesn't get the call. He's still got to get back on defense. Complain after the play stops.
With 2 seconds to fire, LaFrentz with the miss. 10 straight misses for Dallas. The twirling and corkscrewing Nowitzki finally ends the drought and brings him to within 7.
Well, and that was a good aggressive move on the inside. He's the first big guy that they've had to get to the basket and be able to finish the shot. I think as far as the officiating is concerned, you got to read the official. They're letting contact go out here. So it's no need in complaining. You've got to be aggressive also if they let you be aggressive.
What a pass by Vlade Divac, a rebound by Nowitzki, who's got 10 points and 5 rebounds. Ahead to Griffin, picked up by Turkoglu. Nice move inside by Adrian Griffin.
Well, this guy's been having a great year for Dallas. And again, you know, we haven't seen Naharan much or Griffin much so far in this series because of their injuries. A lot of talk about Stojakovic not playing, but Adrian Griffin, what a great spark and great decision by Nelly to start him tonight.
He's 3 years out of Seton Hall, a former MVP of the CBA.
When Dirk finally got a little excited, you know, he made a great spinning move. He went to the basket, and that time that he was able to complete it. But Griffin, like Finley, has been the impact player on the inside. Both of those guys have been bigger than a lot of the larger guys on Dallas's team.
Moreland's plan is sound. Put the men in.
They're telling me I gotta do what I said I wasn't gonna do.
I do not find it easy to send the flower of our youth into battle.
The shooting, the bombing, goes against every bone in my body. Kennedy did not lose South Vietnam, and I'm not gonna lose South Vietnam.
I believe it will ruin us.
Expand the bombing.
This war has got to end.
Path to War, only on HBO.
At DirecTV, we've made it easier to have your choice of great premium packages. HBO, Stars, Showtime, Cinemax, and Sports Pack. It's only $12 more per month for your first choice, $10 more for your second choice, and so on. The more you buy, the more you save. Now is the perfect time to get those premium channels you want most. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
You don't have to go out for great entertainment.
You have to have some kind of plan.
Grab your remote and order a movie on Blockbuster Ticket, only on DirecTV, with up to 60 pay-per-view movie choices.
A simple goal. Live through the night and get $1 million.
Oh, detail I forgot to mention. You die, you lose.
Survive the night with House on Haunted Hill. Sunday night at 8 on TNT.
There is no tomorrow for the Dallas Mavericks, but Danny Ainge, Steve Nash has played, well, the game has gone 18 minutes. He hasn't played 18 minutes, but he has not taken a single shot from the field. He's played 11 of the 18 minutes in this game.
And he's doing a good job of distributing. He's playing the game right. He's taking what's there, and maybe he's pacing himself and trying to get other guys going offensively, trying to get Van Exel and Nowitzki and Finley off.
Turkoglu, who had a little bit of room to fire. Griffin gave him that. We're just beyond the 6-minute mark now of the second quarter. Van Exel out there with LaFrance, Nowitzki, Adrian Griffin, and Greg Buckner. Griffin has got a career playoff high, 10 points, and he's got the ball right now. Finding Van Exel, picked up by Bibby. The drive inside, and pretty easy for 2.
Well, it was pretty easy. The defense did react, though. I think Van Exel made a great move out there. I like the fact that Bibby is, like Nash, is extremely patient. I'd like to see Nash a little bit more aggressive, but I love the way Bibby picks his spots to play offense.
Weber, that's a charge and a foul called on Chris Weber of the Sacramento Kings.
Well, this is a nice play by Van Exel. He penetrates to the basket, and again, one of the few players on Dallas's team who's been able to complete a drive. They're getting into the paint, but basically they haven't been making it. That was a good play on his part.
Oh, we talked about Dallas's bad defense, but Sacramento this quarter has been playing terrible. They've been giving up way too many easy baskets.
Weber's got 3 fouls. Here is Van Exel. Dallas with their 7th three-point attempt. Went out of bounds, and the Kings have it. So Weber is out there as they bring now in Bobby Jackson. And Weber will take a seat. So Jackson and Bibby will comprise the backcourt for the Sacramento Kings, with Turkoglu along with Divac and Christie up front. Approaching 4.5 to play in the first half. It's Doug Christie for 3.
What a beautiful pass by Mike Bibby. Good patience. Doug Christie should be thanking Mike Bibby for all those passes.
Christie's got 12. Divac has 12. And the Sacramento Kings have those two players as their leading scorers. It's Nowitzki for three, and a rebound fought for as Griffin and Christie were fighting for it, and Christie picks up the foul. And that is the first on him.
Mike Bibby coming off of the screen and roll. You see Christie all the way over here in this right corner as Bibby dribbles it in the screen and roll. He gets the easy jump shot opportunity right there, but Nowitzki's trying to cheat in the rotation, and right there, wide open. Great vision and unselfishness by Mike Bibby.
Steve Nash has just checked back in the game, John, for the Dallas Mavericks.
Well, and I'd love to see him become more aggressive. Even if he does miss, I definitely would love to see him become a lot more aggressive offensively, because I think he's one of the spark plugs offensively for this team, and he's also one of the guys that can get in the paint and make the little medium-range shot. He's being too passive offensively, I think.
Divac. Oh, Nowitzki poked it away, and here comes Van Exel the other way. Dallas with numbers, a rarity tonight. Van Exel dives in the paint. Finley picked up by Christie.
Well, Nowitzki, that happened to him by Turkoglu a couple times. Pulled one of Vlade's old tricks on him by stripping him from behind.
Nash on the fly in the lane, his first shot tonight. And a foul called on Bobby Jackson, who picks up his first of the game for the Sacramento Kings. Jackson is coming off a 26-point performance, a playoff career high. Game 4, as you see the leading scorers tonight. And very absent on that Maverick side is Steve Nash.
A lot of emphasis has been placed in Dallas and getting into the middle, and you can tell it because they're very hesitant about taking jump shots that they ordinarily would take. Rather than reacting on those jumpers now, they're thinking, and I think it's having an effect on a lot of their shooting.
Nash has 3. All have come from the free throw line. 3.5 to play in the half. Here comes Bibby, and Nash is on him at the other end. Switch now. Christie into Divac. Banged by Buckner. And a Dallas foul.
And they continue the fronts right there, and you got a small guard, Griffin, 6'5", coming over to help on the traps. You got Steve Nash and Vlade Divac helping from the weak side. They're about a step late, Coach, coming over from the weak side to get that seal and trap, and they're fouling inside the circle.
That's a second foul, John, on Griffin. Divac at the line, a pristine 6 of 6 from the stripe, and has 12. And leads all scores now in the game with 13.
Well, Griffin's aggressiveness is needed because he's one of the few players out there, particularly on the Dallas side of the ball, that is very aggressive. I mean, he makes his presence felt out there a lot like Finley does. The shorter players on the Dallas team seem to be the most aggressive players. But I still feel that by running their half-court offense, they're thinking on their jump shots that they usually come down in transition and just throw out.
Dallas is shooting 40% for the game. It's Finley double-teamed and makes it work inside, squeezing one up. And he'll go to the free throw line. He's got 12 for the game.
And right here, he just goes at Bibby. We saw this in game 3 particularly. Vlade, just like Dallas, comes over late. No help. He just jumps up over Vlade. Vlade doesn't have that lift anymore. Finley just pulls Bibby out of the way and jumps up over Vlade.
Divac has his second foul.
I don't know how late Vlade was. He just can't jump.
That's why if you can't jump, you got to get there earlier. Like Adrian Griffin, he's got to get there earlier if you can't block a shot.
Sacramento shooting 44%. Bibby snapping it outside. Christie for 3. Rebound by Griffin. Christie almost knocked it away. Jackson takes the brunt of the drive. Here comes Nowitzki. Lost it. Griffin cleans it up. Shot clock at 13. Facing Divac outside for Finley. Van Exel dives inside. Divac takes it away. It's a 3-on-2. Christie to Bibby. Nash at the other end. Turkoglu is on Finley. Nowitzki for the triple. He's got 13.
And that's where he's so dangerous in transition. I know the Dallas fans are not going to like to hear this, but I really think that these officials have done a great job in the first half.
Nash just picked up his 3rd personal foul. The Kings still on top, 51-47 late second quarter.
How you doing, little man?
I want to go home, but my big brother's too busy flirting with girls.
Not exactly what you had in mind for fun, huh? Now, when you want to get home, always remember to dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls. You can save on every call. Just dial right down the center, 1-800-CALL-ATT. You know the boy's car is really a skateboard, right? Use 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls. It's free for you and cheap for them.
At Kia's all-model sales event, you can get up to $2,000 cash back or 0% financing on a new car. Like the affordable Rio, redesigned Spectra, and the rugged Sportage. What's even more attractive, they're backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty.
They're here for the all-model sales event?
Mm-hmm.
Did you tell them all model means all car models? Good man.
So hurry down to Kia's all-model sales event and get up to $2,000 cash back or 0% financing.
Trick now. You know I want it so bad. You know I need it, I can't believe it. So come on, baby, please believe it. Got to give it to me. You got to give it to me.
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Miller.
How's the vacation planning going, Dad?
Great.
Just the two of us. No kids, no house, no worries.
Change your search without using the back button. Another way Expedia makes it easy to find the trip you're looking for.
Expedia.com. Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
Welcome back to Sacramento. Throughout this series, we have mentioned how Mike Bibby, playing in his first playoff season, has really matured and grown. He has also aged. He turns 24 today. His mother, Virginia, is here, along with 24 relatives. His grandmother is here, his cousins are here, his aunt and uncles are here, and it's very important for Mike Bibby, according to him, to win the game tonight so he can celebrate his birthday tomorrow and not go on a plane and have to go to Dallas after all his relatives have come here to help him celebrate his birthday. Kevin?
All right, Craig, nice story. Thank you, Danny. You called him the best offensive player on the Sacramento team, and this is a team that includes five-time All-Star Chris Webber and budding All-Star Peja Stojakovic.
Well, I like how he creates baskets for Webber rather than he has to create baskets on his own. I like how he's been able to open jump shots for Doug Christie throughout this series and Bobby Jackson. I just like the ball in his hands because he's the most versatile all-around offensive player. Penetrates, shoots the jumper, assists, and can shoot the three as well.
It's an elimination game tonight for the Dallas Mavericks, down 3-1. They've lost 2 straight, but in this building, they've won 3 of the last 4. So there is hope. Although Steve Nash, usually the leading scorer, only 3 points in the game.
But he's not looking aggressive before his shots. I mean, just there, he penetrated, he threw it out, he went into the tall guys. I just still feel that he's got to look to take more shots, even if he's making mistakes or even missing some.
And a foul is called on Bobby Jackson, tagged with his second. Griffin will be at the free throw line. The scoring has gone this way for Dallas, 13 apiece for Nowitzki and Finley. Griffin's got 10, everybody else in single figures. And for the Kings tonight, they've gotten 14 from Divac, 12 from Christie, and 10 apiece from Webber and Mike Bibby.
First game of this series, I felt that the Kings got caught up in Dallas's pace of the game and lost the game. Now, in looking at Dallas, I think they're sort of playing the style that the Kings play. They're trying to play a lot more half-court. I don't think they can beat the Kings by being patient. They're accustomed to getting down, shooting quickly, a rhythmic game.
Adrian Griffin fans on both. During the regular season, he was 83% from the free throw line. Here's Bobby Jackson. With the spin, he is shaking the defense and nails the jump shot. That was a spectacular play by Bobby Jackson.
You think Bobby Jackson is feeling confident after the 4th quarter of that last game? He is really feeling good about himself right now. There's no hesitation. He's getting that ball, and he's attacking offensively.
Jackson's got 5 tonight, and they go inside to Nash, and a spectacular play at the other end.
It was a very good play, and definitely in their half-court set. They were patient that time, and they were able to get to the basket and complete it. They've been getting to the basket, but they haven't successfully completed. Sometimes I just think fire and fall back is better for them.
Bibby right down the lane.
there's a 4-lane highway going down the lane right there.
It's Adrian Griffin at the other end. Rebound by Turkoglu. 1 minute to play.
The same thing at the end before. Nash with his first basket and first field goal attempt, but I like the movement off the ball Dallas had.
Screen by Divac. Bibby free to fire. Rebound by Nowitzki, who claims his 6th rebound tonight. Nash.
Right now, Sacramento's just getting so many more free throw attempts, too. In game 4, they got to the free throw line 14 times more. And same pattern's going tonight. They're outscored by 8.
It's Finley with the move and a foul. Jackson away from the ball. Jackson picks it up. He now has 3 in the game.
A lot of standing around out there while Bobby Jackson's playing one-on-one. They expect him to score, but there's Nash working off the ball for his first basket, and there's Mike Bibby going down the highway right for the basket again.
Let's get the free throw line. The rebounding in this game basically the same, but there's a pretty significant difference at the free throw line. Dallas has taken 15 free throws. The Kings have taken 20. And the Kings are now +7 in points made at the free throw line in this first half.
Well, and you would think that the way the excitement is here in the atmosphere, that the difference in score would be that much. All Dallas got to do is get in that rhythm in these, couple of these breaks and hit a couple of threes, and it's going to be very interesting to see how this thing goes.
Nowitzki's got 15 points. That is a game high. Half minute to play in the first half. Bibby around the Divac screen. It's Turkoglu, and Finley is on him. Divac's inside. This is where he has made his money tonight. Bibby is whacked. Christie vacuums it in. Shot clock is off. Big clock at 13. Inside 40, Divac. He's got 16 points.
Well, Kevin, that's demoralizing. You got to continue to play defense. They can't sustain it. They played a couple of passes, and then Dallas stopped, and Divac had an easy shot.
Well, they have one 7-footer out there. Dirk Nowitzki's the only guy out there that can block a shot or contest a basket, and here goes the loose ball. And Nowitzki goes out there, so you got Nash, Griffin, Finley, no big guys in there, nothing but guards. He's this easy target to find.
I've been trying to tell you all day that when they got the big guys in there, they don't have big guys in there because none of those 7-footers can block anything in there.
They correct the clock, and here comes Nash trying to wind it down for Dallas. They trail by 8. They trail by as many as 9. Nash, Griffin, Nowitzki trying to beat the buzzer in times. And they come to within 6 at halftime after trailing by 9. Dallas led by as many as 4. And Nowitzki leading all scorers with 17. But right in back of him, the crafty Vlade Divac has 16 points. And his Kings on top, 59-53. Mike Bibby continues to shine. Let's send it over to Craig Singer.
Well, Mike, 4 players in double figures. You already have a dozen. What are you seeing out there that they're giving you?
We just need to get some stops and we'll be all right. You know, we turned the ball over a few times. You know, when we had stops, we just need to have good stops and score.
Your counterpart, Steve Nash, has taken only 1 field goal attempt. What are you doing to him, and what have you noticed?
I don't think we've really been doing anything. I think he might be trying to get everybody else involved first. You know, I expect him to be more aggressive in the second half.
You got another half to go, but what better way to celebrate your birthday?
Yeah, we're ahead right now. You know, hopefully we'll be ahead at the end.
All right, thanks a lot. Kevin?
All right, thank you very much, Craig. Elimination game for the Dallas Mavericks. All right, I've been given a card here to read now as I throw it to Atlanta. Here it is. We go to Charles Barkley, Kenny the Jet Smith, and our favorite Emmy Award-winning reporter, Ernie Johnson Jr. Guys, take it away.
Card writing needs
Tell them no
a little bit of work.
Cards.
No more reading the cards. Peter Vesey along with Kenny the Jet Smith, Ernie Johnson. And
I'll be Charles.
Yeah. Playing the demanding role of Charles Barkley is, you know, the trademark haircut and even more of a trademark.
Run, TMC.
The classic left-handed jumper.
I didn't feel him as much in Indiana. I like him in Golden State uniform. See that Indiana uniform? Yeah, it was nice, but it wasn't as nice as the Run TMC days.
I like him in New York. That's like 16 seasons worth of flat tops and jumpers. And now, I mean, are you an NBA executive in the making? What is going on in Golden State?
Something in the making. Okay, I have an announcement to make.
Yeah, I know what this is going to be. I have nothing to say.
Director of Operations of the Mullen household.
Oh, wow.
Assistant Director.
Congratulations. That's a promotion, I understand. It's good to see you.
I'm waiting to hear from Peter what my next job is.
Okay.
I'll be the second one to know.
You keep us posted. We'll get reaction from him as soon as it's done. What do you make of the first half here in an elimination game for the Dallas Mavericks as they play in Sacramento tonight?
Well, I think the one thing you know about Dallas, and I played for Nelly, and they're going to come out and play loose, which is an advantage when you're down and on the road. I think it's really going to come down to who's going to get some easy buckets. They're not really going to get post-up play. They don't really have a post-up play, but that means fast breaks. And Kenny, I were talking too, and even the outside shots they get, I think, have to come off penetration. They can't come down. A lot of times they come down and just settle for the jump shot, you know, right off the fast break, a 3 or a long 2. They need to get some driving, kicking out, and getting the defense running at them.
It is a 6-point game, 59-53 for Sacramento.
And before I go into this, because today is my daughter's birthday,
hey.
Kayla's birthday. She's 9 years old.
Oh, that's a.
I gotta say hello to my son.
The last of
KJ,
the single-digit birthdays.
So KJ, he's happy too.
Okay, very
but
good.
anyway.
That's enough out of you. Now,
Yeah.
How's your brother doing?
Yeah, he's doing great.
Okay, that's great.
Whole family's doing great. But going off of what Chris said, exactly about the inside play. And you could see the difference between Dallas and Sacramento. And the difference to me is the fact that they do not take advantage of plays. All the time, you see Sacramento, they go inside. They don't get a basket here, but they get the foul. They make a concerted effort to get the ball in the Vlade. Here, this is a mishap play for Dallas trying to get inside, but what happens? They wind up shooting a jump shot on that same mishap play, even though the ball gets inside. Okay, now they have an advantage. Dirk Nowitzki should score on Doug Christie. He doesn't score because they're not comfortable doing this. Sacramento, on the other hand, you would think if this was Dallas, here's the 3 they would launch up. No, they still go inside and get a 10-foot shot. And that's the difference. When Sacramento misses, they miss 10-foot shots on occasion. When Dallas miss, they take outside shots with 3-pointers, and that's the difference.
AT&T.
Can you repeat that?
My daughter's birthday, Kayla. She's 9 years old today.
I can't wait to plagiarize everything you just said. I'm not saying the Mavs are in trouble, but Cuban just called Dairy Queen. Starting tomorrow.
I'll be here tomorrow.
He's available for more hours.
Early shift or late shift was the question.
More hours.
What do we make of Steve Nash taking 1 shot in the first half?
He's got to get going. He's got to be more aggressive.
I mean, you played for. Is this Nelly saying, "Hey, this is what we want you to do in the first half, and then go wild in the second," or is this something Steve Nash is doing on his own?
Nelly would take it both halves, but I think he's been looking to distribute, and they got a few guys, 3 guys in double figures. But if they're going to win the game, he's got to be at least in 15, 20 points.
I said from the beginning of the series that the role players were going to be so important for the Mavericks. You needed some impact. Today Griffin plays, big minutes for the first time in the series. Buckner was an impact player in the previous series, when he guarded Garnett. So it hasn't been happening in this series. Instead, they've been impacted instead of impact.
The difference is, like I said, inside play. If they want to win this game or get it back in it, they better get inside and start getting some easy buckets to get those 3-pointers to drop.
It is Sacramento by 6:59 to 53.
Kayla's birthday today.
When we come back.
Happy birthday, baby.
You can't say they haven't had their chances, can you? Tim Duncan and the Spurs face elimination against the Lakers.
The AT&T Halftime Report is brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Your memories are priceless. So why not preserve them on a format that can stand the test of time? Recordable DVD by Philips. Simple to use, easy to enjoy. Some memories were meant to last. Preserve them with a Philips DVD recorder.
Grab your coat and get your hat. Leave your worries on.
12 years in one box? Wow.
Tell me about it. Jim makes it so simple.
That's a good thing in a financial advisor.
Your 401k? We'll just roll it over. You won't miss a beat.
Oh, that's great.
From college to retirement planning, our financial advisors help clients realize their dreams.
On the sunny side of the street.
Welcome back to the AT&T Halftime Report. Here's the deal on TBS on Tuesday, Celtics and Pistons, followed by the Spurs and the Lakers. And Wednesday on TNT, the Hornets and the Nets, we know that. And if they need one, the Kings and the Mavs will play in Dallas. Tomorrow night, the Lakers looking to close out the San Antonio Spurs. San Antonio has had the lead in every fourth
Charles
quarter.
Here, I'm going to honor Charles.
It's not a sweep, though.
But
it's
again, the beginning of this series, we talked about how is a rookie going to lead them, and Park has been doing a great job. But when it comes down to it, to the final quarter, you need a veteran. And we said right at the beginning, Terry Porter was going to have to be there and be himself. He's not himself. So they lost their poise, they lost their composure. The right guys don't get the ball in the right position, and that's what happens.
We talked about the Lakers being able to, or whether they should, turn it on and turn it off in the course of a season. You've seen them play against some guys and then lose to the Bulls a couple of times. They've been turning it on and turning it off quarter by quarter in this series.
Well,
does it surprise you at all to see what they've been able to do in the fourth quarter?
It doesn't surprise me because I always thought they weren't built for the regular season. I think they have guys, you know, when you rely so much on Shaq and Kobe and you have the different things going in and out, I don't think that you can constantly win 70 games like the, Chicago Bulls used to do. But during the playoffs, when you have the time to rest, you have the time in between games, guys like Robert Horry, you got guys like Rick Fox, who can really be aggressive and they can go all out. Their minutes increase and then they can get the rest. And they're built for a playoff team more than they're built for the regular season.
Kobe Bryant in the fourth quarter has just taken over. Can you describe what you've seen from him, especially in the last two?
Well, he's been phenomenal, great skill level, and just a wonderful basketball player. I think the one thing, I think with the Lakers is if Shaq's ailments are under control and he's fit and healthy, I think we got a three-peat.
Here you see the play yesterday in which Kobe delivered the game winner.
Ernie, I guarantee you, Kobe is out. I know this from people on the team. He is out to prove that people made a big mistake by overlooking him for MVP. I know that's on his agenda.
He is making a point. By the way, last year in a sweep, it was, I think the Lakers humiliated San Antonio. Steve Kerr talked about it the other day. This time it's just torture and having them that close and then putting them away in the fourth quarter. Back to put the wraps on the AT&T halftime report in just a minute. This has been a dynamite series. The last 24 minutes should be something else at Arco. 59-53, Sacramento leads Dallas.
Survive the night with House on Haunted Hill, Sunday night at 8 on TNT.
Well, the hardest thing about being divorced is staying close to my daughter, Rachel. Being separated by 3 states is really difficult.
He's my dad. I just have to be able to talk to him more.
With AT&T Unlimited, you can talk to any AT&T residential long-distance customer for as long as you want. It's for $19.95 a month.
He listens to me. I love you. He's so fun.
It doesn't feel like 3 states anymore.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT.
In the fight against evil,
Get me undercover, brother.
one man
What's going down?
is willing to do whatever it takes.
Would you like to be my friend?
That's White She-Devil.
Get him!
On May 31st,
Come on, baby, come on!
pull up a chair.
Hey! Woo! Woo, baby! Look at that.
Undercover Brother, rated PG-13, at theaters May 31st.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will not feel guilty leaving my dog alone.
I will feel better about my dad living by himself.
I will know my children are safe.
I will go on vacation and finally be able to relax!
ADT helps more people feel safe in more ways than any other security company. Call 800-ADT-ASAP or an ADT authorized dealer and get ADT burglary protection installed for as little as $99. You could also save up to 20% off your basic homeowner's insurance.
I will live my life.
My life.
My life.
On my terms!
Call now and get ADT installed from $99, plus up to 20% off homeowner's insurance. ADT. Always there.
This copyrighted telecast of the National Basketball Association is intended solely for the entertainment of our audience, and any retransmission, reproduction, rebroadcast, or other use or dissemination of this telecast, or the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written consent of the National Basketball Association is prohibited. The AT&T Halftime Report has been brought to you by AT&T, proud sponsor of the NBA.
Encourage a lifelong love of reading. Read to achieve.
Honey, I've got the black teddy on.
Yeah, okay.
And I put the satin sheets on the bed.
Yeah. Be up in a minute.
I've got cold Bud Light.
Ow.
Honey?
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down.
Steve? Debbie?
Make it a Bud Light.
Hey.
Just went to Circuit City. Pretty big, huh?
Yeah, it's big,
But what?
well, there's just a little extra space all the way around.
Well, we could always go bigger.
We can go bigger.
You can bring it back. We welcome returns and exchanges with no surprise charges like restocking fees. Circuit City, we're with you.
Honey, it's big enough.
I can still see the light.
Kathy, I can't make it tonight.
Tell her who you work for.
I work for the CIA.
That is so lame.
From the best-selling thriller by Tom Clancy.
A neo-fascist bought an A-bomb on the black market. Cut him off.
Ben Affleck.
I think it might be the Russians. It wasn't the Russians.
Morgan Freeman. It adds up. You just don't like what it adds up to.
The bomb is in play.
The Sum of All Fears, directed by Phil Robinson. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, May 31st.
You've never seen a Wagner power painter like this before. Now Wagner's innovative wide-shot power painter can spray today's thick one-coat paint better than ever with complete coverage up to 12 inches wide. The Wagner Wide Shot gives you the power, performance, and control to get results in about a third of the time. The incredible Wide Shot power painter from Wagner for guys who like to run wide open. Save time, save money. Get a Wagner Wide Shot.
Oh, come on, let's get this guy. It's got to be over 100 degrees out there. You have any idea what that does to an engine?
Need a motor oil for hot temperatures? We developed one. Pennzoil Synthetic resists thinning to protect engines in hot summer conditions.
Try that after the sun goes down.
Pennzoil. We're driving protection. The new Dodge SXTs, CD sound, aluminum wheels, and some cash left over.
What's the date?
CD sound, great wheels, and our 7/100 powertrain pledge, all for around $22,300. The Intrepid SXT.
Hey, you want to see how powerful Sunkist really is? Watch this. Oh, girls. This might take a while. Sunkist, experience the charge.
Now is the best time to join America Online.
AOL is very easy to use.
Anyone can do it.
You've got mail. I love AOL email.
Click and send. Everybody I know is on AOL.
I do feel good knowing that AOL has parental controls.
AOL is already installed on most computers, probably even yours. Just look for the AOL icon on your desktop, click, and you're on. It's that easy.
Welcome.
It's the best thing we ever did. America Online is closer than you think. Look for the AOL icon today right on your computer or call 1-800-4ONLINE. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1.
There's no other place louder on the planet than Arco Arena right now. The place has been cooking since the opening tip. 6-point game, Sacramento on top of Don Nelson's Dallas Mavericks. Don Nelson is standing by right now with our Craig Sager.
Well, Coach, you only have one basket apiece from Van Exel and Nash, but Steve's only taken one attempt. Does he need to be more aggressive, or what'd you tell him?
No, I think he's doing the right thing. We're trying to play on the weak side of the floor. We're trying to get more ball movement. I think his shots will come in the second half. He's an aggressive player anyway, both of them are, but right now we're trying to penetrate and work the weak side. He's doing a great job of that.
What concerns you most about the 6-point deficit?
Really just that we need to win. You know, we want to go back to Dallas and play another game, and you know, We know it's going to be a tough job to do here, but if we can somehow get back there, we don't think we'll lose 3 in a row at home.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
He might be right. Speaking of 3, here's Dallas's big 3 and what they've done in the first half so far.
Well, and I think the one thing, in looking at Derek's numbers there, 17.6 rebounds, you know, that's a good number. Those are good numbers. But what he's got to realize is that the bar has been lifted now, Kevin. Expectations are going to be placed on him to do more and to do more. And that's the one thing where pressure enters into it. Mentally, you've got to be ready to accept that.
Danny, what about the Dallas guards? What's your observation on their first half?
Well, I think I disagree with Nelly a little bit. I do like how they're going to the weak side and getting those other guys involved in the offense, but I think that Van Exel and Nash have got to contribute. One of them has to have a big game, I believe, and both of them have to contribute moderately.
Why do you think the pace of this game has been so different than the other 4 before?
Well, because they're playing such great defense out there. What do you expect?
Yeah, right. Let's take a look at some of the first half highlights. Dirk Nowitzki was a player who put in 17 for Dallas in that first half.
Well, you're looking at him now. He's aggressively going to the basket, and that's one of the layups that he's completed. He would have even better numbers had he made some more. I think he's better off when it comes down off of an upbeat, rhythmic, quick jump shooter as opposed to going to the basket. He's got to get that down during the summer because that's not what he is right now.
Here's Weber, who didn't play all that much in the second quarter. Rebound by Griffin out there with Nowitzki, LaFrance, Finley, and Nash. That is the Dallas 5. Sacramento with Divac, Weber, Bibby, Christie, and Turkoglu. Nash for 3. Rebound by Turkoglu.
Well, Mike Bibby's very fortunate that Steve missed that wide open look. But again, you know, Bibby just took him for granted. He hasn't been very aggressive offensively and put his head down and just gave Steve an open shot. You got to be careful with that.
The Kings are shooting 45% from the field. Bibby through traffic into Nowitzki with the fake. Weber touch pass to Turkoglu for 3.
Good defensive possession by Dallas, though. They ended up giving up the 3 on the perimeter, but they cut off the penetration on the inside, which they had been giving up in the first half.
And Turkoglu played all but 1 minute in that first half. He's a leading rebounder in the game, just quietly going out there, 7 rebounds. Maybe he'll get a little bit of a feel of his offensive game with these minutes in the absence of Stojakovic.
Nash has 5. Grinding on Bibby as he takes it inside with a Sacramento foul. Bibby was defending. Turkoglu was as well, and Turkoglu picks up his second foul. And through the first 24 minutes of the game, here are some of the numbers.
Well, and it's pretty even, but Sacramento's still getting the hustle points, the points in the paint and the second chance points. And, you know, the winning of the free throw battle, which has been consistent throughout this series.
And those second chance points are very significant, particularly if your offense isn't going well. Second chance points will bring your numbers up statistically.
So Nash has missed his first 2 shots of the second half. They call the jump ball.
Talking on defense is so important, and right here, LaFrance does a good job of showing, and until Nash can get back, does a good job of stopping the penetration. Bibby likes to do the change directions, but that was a good defensive possession. But, you know, Bibby dribbled a little bit too much. He needed to get that ball moving.
Kings have 4 of their 5 starters in double figures. Nowitzki grabs it, 10.5 to play in the third. Nash, Nowitzki with the screen. Turkoglu with the defense on the switch. Now they got Weber on Nowitzki. And Dirk Nowitzki has put in 19 points, 7 of 13 for the game.
Well, and that's what he does well. He popped, and that's the only reason why he ended up with Weber on him, because he started off with Bibby on him, and he didn't even bother to roll. He popped out on the perimeter because he feels more comfortable with the jump shot.
Nowitzki guarding Weber. And Weber answers at the other end. He's got 12. Chris Weber has his first field goal since late in the first quarter. Nice shot at the other end, put on by Adrian Griffin.
Well, and that's a lot of what Dallas was doing in the first ball game. They were coming down in transition, fanning out wide and taking the quick jumpers. If they're going in, they're very dangerous playing that way.
Weber at the other end tried to work his way down the lane. Griffin was defending on the play and a foul.
Well, right here, Nowitzki can take Weber off the dribble if he wants, but Weber's giving him so much room. That's just a little free throw jump shot. Right there, Weber gives him a little bit of his own poison right back at him. Neither one can guard each other. They're both much better offensive players than they are defensive players.
Here's Chris Weber. In the regular season, Weber was a 75% free throw shooter in these playoffs, 13 of 25 coming into tonight, yet 3 of 3 in this evening's game 5.
Well, the thing that's so good about Chris is that Chris can come off the dribble and go to the basket from the mid-range corner, but he also can post well. And that's the thing that he doesn't like to do as much, probably. And he said after one of the ball games that he's got to learn to balance it out. But his advantage is the fact that none of these guys in Dallas can guard him in the post when he's in the posted position.
Dallas shooting 45%. Griffin. And the tap-in is put down by Michael Finley, who is uncovered coming off the opposite side.
Well, they're just going to go at Weber right now. He has 3 fouls in the first half, so right there Adrian Griffin was guarding. He was guarding Adrian Griffin, and he's having a field day with Weber defending him. The time before they got the switch with Nowitzki, and they want Weber to play some defense to try to get him out of the game.
7 turnovers for the Kings, 6 for the Dallas Mavericks. Nash for 3. Again a miss. Nash tonight 1 of 4 shooting. Finley by Christie down the lane and dives for 2 at the hole.
You know, you sense that Sacramento was playing at about level 5. In the first half, they were playing in 5th gear. Right now, they're in about 2nd gear, just kind of on cruise control. Don't you get that feel, Coach?
Well, very definitely so, but they better step it up because this Dallas team is picking up confidence and shooting the ball much better than they were in the first half.
Over to Divac, a turnover right there. Number 8 for the Kings in the 2nd straight. Here comes LaFrance. That's through the hands of Nowitzki, and Christie will glide in.
Just a silly turnover. You just can't afford to have those kind of turnovers at this time of game on the road in the playoffs. And, you know, they've been struggling to get the ball in the basket, and now Doug Christie gets going.
Well, not only was it silly, once the ball was taken from Doug, he didn't take 1 step to chase the man down.
Griffin trying to penetrate, lost it inside. Divac digs it out. Here comes Bibby the other way. Dallas back on defense, and a timeout taken by a timeout taken by Sacramento. Rick Adelman wants to talk things over with his team.
And I think Rick Adelman senses the letdown a little bit right here. Doug Christie gets a great steal. He's the one guy that's playing working on the defensive end.
L is for the way you look at me. Oh.
2 3-pointers tonight.
Well, I knew he wouldn't be out too long. Chris Webber checking in the game. I'm sure that's a little bit sore, but that didn't look anything as bad as the one that Christie or Stojakovic had in game 4.
Jackson into Divac, looking for him at least, and it was intercepted by Nowitzki, who takes it the other way with a nice pass to newly instated Eduardo Navarro. Finney for 3. Rebound by Jackson, and he'll accelerate, looking for a break. Turkoglu with a 3-ball.
Got to give Bobby Jackson credit, though. He stepped up definitely defensively and offensively, setting the tone. If he's not scoring, he's making plays now.
What about Hedo Turkoglu? He's got 12 points, 10 rebounds in this game already, and a guy that's just been quietly played very well so far.
Divac picks up his 3rd personal foul. Yeah, Turkoglu has put an 8, Danny, in this 3rd quarter alone. As Weber checks in, Divac will check out.
And I know he got that hair perm from Pollard's School of Hair, but it doesn't matter. If it's going in the basket, maybe I'll dye my hair like that.
A lot of upside to that young man. A lot of upside other than his hairstyle, too.
Nash is out. Van Exel is in. Weber is watching Van Exel, as is Jackson. And Van Exel, who is expecting a big game out of himself tonight, has not delivered. Van Exel is 1 of 6. Bobby Jackson, picked up by Buckner. Sacramento on a 7-0 run as Jackson tries to swirl, some shoving after the play, and a foul. And Buckner picks up his 2nd foul. Dirk Nowitzki has been terrific in this 3rd quarter. He's put in 10, 27 for the game, with a dazzling array of shots from inside and outside, covered and slamming it home. He's given Dallas new life. They're down 77-69.
The extremely versatile Chrysler PT Cruiser. There's a lot to love. Exclusively from Chrysler. Our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge, because love is a commitment.
I have 9 grandchildren in 3 time zones. I try to talk to one of my grandkids every day. It can get expensive.
I call her Nana.
A friend of mine told me about AT&T Unlimited.
Mary has a little
For $19.95 a month, you can talk to anyone who has AT&T long distance at home.
She likes to talk to me.
You can talk as long as you want.
She likes to set the table, and she likes to sleep.
Call 1-800-REACH-OUT.
2 grilled stuffed burritos.
Bring it on.
It's big, it's beefy. It's the grilled stuffed burrito from Taco Bell. Seasoned beef, 3 melted cheeses, sealed inside a grilled tortilla. The affordable heavy-duty portable is just $1.99. For the heaviest meal on wheels, you gotta think outside the bun.
A leader on site meets the leader online. E-Trade Financial, the right tools for the active trader.
You will end up childless and alone.
Well, fingers crossed, yeah. Britain's #1 hit is coming to America. Premiere calls it hilarious and touching. The best comedy of the year.
High five.
About a Boy. Rated PG-13 at theaters Friday.
An emotional Dallas coach, Don Nelson, in tonight's Lammas Hill Inside Tracks.
You've got to pass to the weak side or high and swing it. You've got to sacrifice that shot and move the ball to the weak side. You don't need all those dribbles. You can do that with 2 dribbles. Take it in, pass it.
Right here, we got the pick and roll, and this is what he's talking about. Here, Van Exel's coming. He's doing a lot of dribbling out there, dribbling to the top of the key. There's no ball movement. He's a great one-on-one player. Gets a pretty good quality shot, but nobody else touches the ball.
What Nelly is trying to really take advantage of is a weak side help that the Kings are giving. He's trying to tell them to penetrate, pitch the ball to the other side, pull the defense for help, and give it to a shooter on the opposite side.
It's Turkoglu over Naharan, finds it again, and Hedo Turkoglu has been a force on the offense tonight for the Kings. 10 in the quarter, 14 for the game.
And he's starting to get his confidence. He's been very quiet throughout the entire playoffs. And right now, he's hit a few baskets, and you can see him very confident when he catches that ball.
Right now, the biggest lead of the game is Wong Shushu is checked in for Dallas. Kings by 10. Wong inside Naharan. He puts it down, and it's back to 8.
Did you see him blow by Chris Webber right there? Spoon feed Nahara off the dribble. The 7-footers for Dallas continue to attack the basket from the perimeter.
Bibby off to Webber. Team fouls. Dallas 3, Sacramento 2 in this third quarter. Bibby slicing his way inside.
Did you see him let a little 6'1" guy go around him and make a layup?
Well, right, and that's a perfect example of why they call him Irk instead of Dirk.
It's Van Exel, who is 1 of 7 tonight. Wong Shushu driving the baseline, picked up by Turkoglu.
Well, he looked good on that. The only thing, he took a broad jump at the end of his dribble rather than a high jump.
Well, he's guarding Doug Christie. Doug Christie's got to blow by him. They switched off right there, but they can take advantage of Wong Shushu's defense right now.
Webber's got 14. Kings are shooting 47%. Rebound by Nowitzki. He collects his 9th rebound with his 27 points. Dallas is shooting 45% in the game.
You know, I don't have a problem with Chris Webber shooting jump shots, but I don't understand when he's got those guys guarding him, shooting contested shots over 7-1 guys that he can go right by. Wong Shushu's going around him at the other end, and he's settling for 20-foot fadeaways.
I think his ankle is favoring him a little bit, though, Danny, because I think that's what he was measuring him for, and he just didn't take it. I certainly hope that was the reason, because I agree with you. He should have gone around him, but I think he's favoring that ankle and don't have the lateral movement he had want.
Turkoglu just picked up his 3rd foul. No player in the game has 4 fouls right now. You see the show being put on by Dirk Nowitzki. Approaching a minute to play in this third quarter. Turkoglu has Nowitzki again. Wong with the screen, the switch on defense. Now Webber has got Dirk with the fake. No foul. Rebound by newly instated Vlade Divac. Bibby. Mike Bibby tonight, 5 of 11. Doug Christie for 3. Rebound, Divac lost it inside. Picked up by Christie. Off to Webber with a fake by Naharan. The action is so fierce that Weber just lost his shoe inside the lane.
And he's gonna get an and one, or he's going to a flagrant foul right here as he goes to the basket by Naharov. Weber's doing the right thing, though, keeping his composure, leaving the ruckus, just getting away. That's one reason why you sprain your ankle. Tie your shoes tighter. You see the flagrant foul right there by Naharov.
Naharov picks up his second.
Oh, yeah, definitely swinging the arm right across the face.
But no blood on Weber, who has left the game already momentarily with the bad ankle. It was his left ankle as he works on his right shoe there.
That's what you call faking the guy right out of his shoe.
What kind of shoes are those?
Well, he has just become, Danny, the president and CEO of his own shoe company. I think we can see the name of it there.
Dada. Well, he better learn how to tie them and keep them on.
They're shiny. And here's Weber at the free throw line. And now in the game, the Kings have scored 11 more points at the stripe than the Mavericks, and they have taken 7 more free throws than Dallas tonight.
I think this is the worst Dallas has played in this entire series, and yet they're only 11 back. They're certainly not out of it, especially as explosive as they are. And, you know, we talk about moving the ball to the weak side like Nelly keeps emphasizing, and I totally agree that's important. At the same time, you know, Nash and Van Exel got to find a way to get going offensively.
Weber's got 16, John, 6 of 6 at the free throw line. And the Kings have their biggest lead tonight of 12.
Well, Chris Webber has the ability to hurt you in so many ways. He can hit the outside shot. He penetrates well. He's a very good passer. You know, even when, you know, he's limping like that, there's so many tools that he has, because now you see he's going into the low post where he doesn't have to use quickness in trying to drive.
7-6 Bradley is in for the first time tonight. There is a significant difference in rebounding now. The Kings are +5 in that category.
Very interesting when Weber saw that Bradley was on him. He motioned everybody and popped out of the post, hoping that he could get to the basket on him, but I still don't think he has his quickness. He's going to come over the foul.
He took it right into the teeth of that Dallas defense, and he'll go back to the free throw line.
Well, he saw Bradley coming. He saw him coming and immediately took advantage of him guarding.
Well, that's terrible defense. Look, he's just like opening the lane. Unless there's supposed to be some help coming, he's just giving him a lane to the basket right down there, and nobody comes over to help him. Chris even trips over his own foot. Maybe his ankle's bothering him, but I don't understand that. He just gave him a highway.
I don't think he needs too much speed to get by Bradley.
Weber has had a double-double in every game in this series.
Sneakily so, too.
Yes,
sneakily so.
He has not been a headline guy. It's been the guard plays. Danny opened up our broadcast tonight. I was talking about it's been the guard play, Danny, that really has grabbed the attention of the individuals in this series.
Well, yeah, Weber was in foul trouble in Game 4. Weber's played very nice in Game 3 and Game 4. But the thing I like most about Weber's game in those 2 games is he was allowing the guards to start the offense, and he was becoming the finisher. And his percentages were much better that way.
Steve Nash, who finally knocks one in from outside. He hits a 2-ball, and it's a 2 of 7 display for Nash. No fouls to give either way, as Dallas is down by 11. They've trailed by 13. Early in the game, Dallas was up by 4.
In Sacramento, if they're thinking about the Los Angeles Lakers right now, or the San Antonio Spurs in the next series, they could be in trouble, because this Dallas team right now, nothing to lose.
Bibby. Mike Bibby has put in 16 points. Final seconds. Nash, Van Exel, Finley trying to beat the buzzer. Good if it goes, and that ends our third quarter. It's been more than 2 decades since the Kings franchise has made it to the conference finals. Now they are 1 quarter, 12 minutes away from that coveted destination. They're on a 16-4 run to finish the third and go to the fourth up 86-73.
The NBA and WNBA continue to write new chapters to the Read to Achieve story.
Okay, let's read.
With each turn of the page, players and coaches are encouraging families to open a book with their children.
You like this book? All right.
And by donating computers and books to create reading and learning centers, the NBA is helping kids develop a lifelong love of reading.
Read to Achieve!
Be a part of the success and Read to Achieve.
At the Home Depot, we're driving down the cost of home improvement. Now is the time to buy carpet. Choose from over 3,000 styles, colors, and textures. And right now, get the carpet pad free with installation. Plus, for all your projects, get no payments and no interest till January 2003 on any Home Depot consumer credit card purchase of $299 or more. At the Home Depot, we've got lower prices nailed.
Thank you for calling American Express. This is Tara Hilton. How can I help you?
Talking to our card members, I just enjoy doing that.
I've been an American Express financial advisor for 13 years.
I get to know customers. I listen to them.
They can give you all the service that you need.
Thank you.
We were able to make different travel arrangements.
Some small way, you were able to influence people's lives.
It helps take out some of the stress in their life.
Which is an amazing thing to be able to do.
Your memories are priceless. So why not preserve them on a format that can stand the test of time? Recordable DVD by Philips. Simple to use, easy to enjoy. Some memories were meant to last. Preserve them with a Philips DVD recorder.
Sounds like a good thing. Budget is really working hard to improve truck rental.
Yeah, rates starting in 1995.
And a service where our movers help load and unload the trucks.
Can we make load and unload even better?
Roller skates to make the move even faster. Hmm? They don't need roller skates.
Yeah, no, not roller skates, but load and unload.
Is that your idea? That's a terrific idea.
The capital of California is in full bloom. We are in Sacramento. Kevin Harlan, John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and Craig Sager. It's the biggest lead of the game for the Sacramento Kings as we take a look at our budget fast break through 3 quarters of basketball.
Oh, doing a great job. Free throw line again, plus 10 on attempts, plus 11 on makes, and second chance points. That's where they're losing the game.
But this is where one of the problems. Bradley shows, but he returns. When a man is penetrating to the basket and you're that deep on the floor, you can't afford to return because there's no other layer help. He did what you should do on the perimeter, not what you should do in the post. He should have stayed with that man, and that's why Nash was upset with him.
Well, I don't have a problem with Nash being upset with Bradley, but he better get upset with Nowitzki as well because they've had 5 lay-ins by Mike Bibby tonight on that same play. So I have a problem with you getting yelling and screaming at a guy that's playing 40 seconds. Yell at Dirk, too. He's got to go play some defense, too.
Weber just picked up his 4th, I'm sorry.
I meant Irk, sorry.
Yeah, Irk. Weber just picked up his 4th personal foul. Nowitzki out there with Nash, Van Exel, Finley, Adrian Griffin. Nowitzki, who has been on fire in the second half, continues that way with 29. Sacramento with Christie, Jackson, Bibby, Turkoglu, and Chris Weber.
You know, you're going to give points to Sacramento, but the lay-ins are ridiculous. They're getting way too many lay-ins. Now they're going to a zone. They're making a lay-in. A guy, the basket turns really big.
Mike Bibby just gives the Sacramento Kings their biggest lead tonight.
The Kings did a great job of recognizing that, swung the ball, moved it quickly, and got it to the other side of the floor for an easy shot for Bibby.
It's Van Exel. Nowitzki, Turkoglu defending there. Nowitzki tries to burrow his way inside. All kinds of Sacramento defense, and Christie will take it the other way.
And there's Dirk. He's really not trying to make that basket. He's just trying to go in and jump into the defense. I thought the officials did a good job of not calling that one.
Bibby. Finley on him. Shot clock at 7. Weber held by Van Exel. Will not count. And a foul called on Nick Van Exel. And he's got his second personal foul.
Well, this is a perfect example. They're saying you want to zone us, but we'll shoot over the zone. Look at the good ball movement. You move the ball quicker against the zone than you do a man because it's harder for it to shift, and bang, Bibby takes advantage of it.
And they got 4 guards out there, and Dirk Nowitzki, who's really a shooting guard or a small forward, trying to play. And, you know, it's just a tough matchup, but they're going to just have to outscore Sacramento.
Again, you take a look at the numbers, and it really is very vivid and clear for the Dallas Mavericks. And a technical foul has just been tossed on Dallas. Was it on the coach? And if it was, it'll be his second, and he'll be gone. just picked it up. On a night when Steve Nash and Nick Van Exel are a combined 3 of 14 from the field. Danny, you said to read our broadcast tonight, they have got to answer for Dallas, and they have not.
And I really thought they would. I mean, Nick is such a gutsy competitor. He doesn't look as fresh as he's looked from his leg standpoint, but Steve came out and was playing with a lot of energy, but trying to get the ball to the weak side. But I just really feel like those guys are not playing as well as they're capable, and I'm surprised. A lot of time left in this game, but, you know, again, this Dallas team has not been together as long as the Sacramento team. They haven't had the opportunity to go through the growing pains.
Nowitzki may have already shot with the Christie defense, and the other way comes Sacramento. They are shooting 47%. Mark Bibby with the rebound by Van Exel.
He was going for the juggler right there. That was an ill-advised shot, but I think he felt good about himself after making his last two. It was a heat check.
The thermometer was out. Here comes Nash.
Because of the sagging team defense, this is what Nelson was talking about. Everybody on the opposite side is wide open.
Nash just knocked down his first three-point shot tonight. Dallas has 4 threes, and the Kings have 4 3-point hits.
And Hito just looked over at me and smiled. He gave an assist on that play. He knocked the ball away from Nowitzki on the post, a trick that he learned from Vlade on how to defend the post against bigger people.
Turkoglu. Mismatch, Jackson guarded by Nowitzki, a 3. Good! Bobby Jackson! He's answered again.
The greatest thing that's happened to Bobby Jackson is Peja going out, because he's had a chance to really shine, and he's stepped up and shown why he's the second guy on the list for a 6-man award this year.
Finley knifing his way for his 19th point. Turkoglu.
The Kings want to be patient. They don't want to take bad shots. They want to be very selective unless they have something easy in transition.
Chris Webber, John, with 19 points, 5 rebounds. Nobody's missing now.
Well, they're shooting the ball extremely well, but they also are cutting a little bit of the clock as they do it. I'm certain they don't want to slow it down. They want to push it if they have the first opportunity, but they want to run their offense, particularly because of the Dallas' terrible defensive efforts.
Adrian Griffin with 14 now.
Adrian Griffin's had a nice game. Nice adjustment by Nelly right there, but they're not running too much time off the clock, Coach.
Shot clock at 7. Turkoglu picked up by Finney. A Weber screen, a 3. And saved by Christie. Back to Jackson, a 2. Shot clock violation. It never hit the rim, did not reset. Steve Nash now has 10 points for the game.
And you saw the defense right there. Turkoglu should get the assist right there. Bobby Jackson got Nowitzki on him. His eyes are lighting up, and he comes back and answers.
Evan. No, I don't think so, kid.
Wait, I wasn't bad.
Bad wasn't the problem. You were boring, taking up space. You should have gotten the new Hyundai Tiburon. Nice, huh? It's got 6-speed transmission, V6 power, and the Freedom of America's Best warranty plan.
Can I drive?
This is hell, kid. You get the minivan.
Experience NBA.com on America Online. See the best action shots and off-the-court photos every night at America Online. Keyword NBA.com.
Today we are asking ourselves a lot of questions. Esteban, the lights. Mr. Foley. Questions like, where will I go from here? What do I need to get there? Will I have help along the way? As we stand on the threshold of a bright future, there are answers, and the folks at Dell have them. They'll help you figure out exactly the PC that's right for you, all at a price no scholar can debate. So I say to you today, Carpe Dimension, seize the Dell.
Call or go online now and get a Dimension desktop for just $749, featuring an Intel Pentium 4 processor that delivers awesome performance for today's digital media, music, photos, gaming, and beyond. And for a limited time, you get a free CD burner or DVD upgrade. There's great deals on notebooks, too.
Steven, keep the line moving.
Easy to buy, easy to own, easy as Dell. Dell PCs use Intel Pentium 4 processors.
Sacramento Kings in this playoff series, different heroes, different nights. In Game 3, Doug Christie came back from injury and put in 20. In Game 4 in Dallas, Bobby Jackson, a spectacular 26 points. Inside and outside, he carved up the Dallas Mavericks. Tonight, in his first career playoff double-double, Hedo Turkoglu. His 11 rebounds, a career playoff high. His 14 points have been big. 10 of those came in the third quarter. A different king every night for what might be the team representing half of the Western Conference final bracket.
Well, what's so dangerous about it is that Pollard has played very little in this ball game. His attitude affords a coach an opportunity to do that if all other things are going well, but you also know that you have that other bullet in your gun sitting there waiting for you.
Dallas shooting 46%. Here's LaFrance.
Well, the thing that's great about Turkoglu is they never run a play for him, and he still gets 14 and 11.
Tucked inside, volleyballed, and it's Nash. Nowitzki trying to concoct something and finally finds LaFrance off the baseline.
And they've got to be very careful, Sacramento. I mean, they've got to continue to push tempo, continue to play with aggression, not try to get into a slow-down game and work the clock. That's nothing. 11 points against this Dallas team.
Outside for Weber. Chris Weber has got 21 points.
And that's the shot I don't mind him taking, Coach, when the penetration goes inside and they kick back to him as a finisher. I just hate it when they throw it to him early in the clock. He jabs, he fakes, he does everything and settles for the shot.
Well, and particularly now, because I still think that his ankle is somewhat sore. And that's the advantage of having the skills that he has, that he can definitely do a lot of things out there offensively.
Van Exel hits his second shot tonight. He is 2 of 8. He's played 21 minutes. He's got 4 points. Here's Weber. The Kings are +5 in rebounding. Weber driving down the lane, finding Turkoglu.
And that's one of the things that he does extremely well, too. He penetrated that time and dropped it over to the weak side to Turkoglu.
And see, that's what I love about what they've been doing in this series, though, Coach, them in the past. Bibby was the one who started the offense, initiated it, kicked it to Weber, and let him finish the play.
It's Bibby the other way. The Kings have numbers. 4 on 3. Jackson. Oh, Bobby Jackson. Jackson's got 12, and LaFrance with the rebound. Kings 24 of 30 from the free throw line. Mavericks 12 of 16.
Well, you know, Rick Adelman was criticized for losing game 2 because he didn't play enough players. Another careless turnover right there by the Mavericks. But he's basically played 8 guys tonight, but he's only played 6 guys more than 4 minutes in this game, all 6 in double figures, and fatigue is not a factor.
Well, one of the things I think he's doing, he just now called a set play again to clear off for Bibby. That they're definitely, although not holding the ball, they're being selective in what they're doing on offense. They're not just coming down and pitching up wild shots.
LaFrance picks up his 4th foul.
And this is what I mean, Coach. Here's Bibby starting to play. Weber now is off the ball. He's a secondary scorer, and he's able to use his skills. Great play, and there Bibby, good vision right there. Jackson sprinting from way behind all the Mavericks player and finishing the 3-point play.
No player in the game with 5 personal fouls. A couple players with 4. Bibby now is 5 of 5 from the free throw line. He's got 20 points. Kings out there, Turkoglu, Bibby, Weber, Christie, and Jackson. And Dallas will come the other way with Nowitzki, Nash, LaFrance, Finley, and Nick Van Exel.
Nowitzki was out there laughing with Turkoglu. I fail to see the humor in this game for him right now.
Dallas has trailed most of the game and by as many as 17, which is a huge deficit to come back from. 103-86, where we stand right now. Christie picks up his 2nd of the game. Dallas led early in the game by 4.
Christie's had an excellent game tonight. 15.7 rebounds, 6 assists. He's doing a little bit of everything and doing a good job defensively, especially on the weak side.
Michael Finley. And it rolls in for his 21st point. 6 rebounds, 39 minutes. He's played a lot of minutes in this series.
Well, and he's strong, too. That's the thing that's so impressive about him. He went to the basket, made a strong jump because Chris Weber came over to help there. But this is what I'm talking about. They're being very selective in what they do. They're not just coming down throwing up ridiculous shots here.
Weber's got 21. Bibby's got 21. Launching a three. LaFrance gathers in the loose ball. Nash. He's 3 of 8. Off to Finley for 3. Rebound by Weber and Turkoglu.
The thing I love about Michael Finley is he's got so much character. He does everything. He rebounds, he dives for balls, he shoots three, he posts up, he does everything out there.
Turkoglu ties him. He has come up with one great play after another for Sacramento. Nash to LaFrance and a foul. Bibby picks it up, and Mike Bibby with his first foul of the game. The Sacramento Kings are 5 minutes and 16 seconds away from the Western Conference Finals. They lead the Dallas Mavericks 105-88. You're watching the NBA playoffs on TNT.
Tonight on RoboBash, we got 5-time world champion and Victor. And in this corner, mini fridge.
Todd, what is it?
It's a Bud Light.
Lock on.
With a great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down. Make it a Bud Light. Oh, no mercy!
Evan. No, I don't think so, kid.
Wait, I wasn't bad.
That wasn't the problem. You were boring, taking up space. You should have gotten the new Hyundai Tiburon. Nice, huh? It's got 6-speed transmission, V6 power, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan.
Can I drive it?
This is hell, kid. You get the minivan.
Oh, well, glory be, the funk's on me, Bobby.
Keep that funk alive. Keep that funk alive.
Well, it's 1975, and we'll just be keeping the funk alive. So what the?
Tonight's spectacular finish presented by Armor All Wipes.
DeBusschere shoots. Hit with 3 seconds to go. 2 seconds. 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it. The ball game is tied. Jerry West made it from the other side of the midcourt stripe.
Speaking of the defending world champion Los Angeles Lakers, they are gearing up for Game 5 in their battle with this year's MVP, Tim Duncan, and the San Antonio Spurs. That's tomorrow on TBS at 10:30 Eastern Time. Dallas attempting their first free throw in this half right now with LaFrance.
And that's why they're behind. I mean, the field goals are not that much different. Only one more for Sacramento, but they've outscored them 14 from the free throw line tonight.
You know, John, Dallas is shooting 64% from the field in this fourth quarter, but they're just trading baskets. Both teams are 7-11 from the floor in this fourth.
Well, and when they gave their strongest run, the thing that was impressive about the Kings is they answered it. They came right back. They didn't panic. Dallas made a great run at them, and they came right back. The Kings definitely are showing a lot of class. They take their time and get the shot that they want. They're not freezing the ball, but they definitely are cutting clock, and they definitely are getting the shots that they want. More importantly, they're making them play defense, as you see a zone defense right now by Dallas.
Bibby. Rebound by Nowitzki, who collects his 10th. He's got another double-double, 29 and 10 for him. And he works on the mismatch on Bibby. Snaps it cross court to Finley for three. 105-92, approaching 4.5 to play in the fourth.
And you know you've seen this Maverick team score points so fast, and they're in a zone right now trying to slow down the tempo, trying to take away any shots going to the basket. They got the best offensive team on the court, and Sacramento's going to have to knock down some outside shots.
Turkoglu for two. Hedo Turkoglu starting tonight. 18, make it 20 points and 11 rebounds. Van Exel at the other end.
Well, they're taking 24 seconds off the clock at one end to score, and Dallas is taking 3 to score at the other end.
That's exactly right. And the best way to hold the ball sometimes is to play good defense and cause your opponent to use a lot of time on the clock.
And a lot of times by going to the zone, you know, first of all, you're allowing Sacramento to rest a little bit, slow the game down, so the defense should pick up the intensity, but you're taking away their offensive aggressiveness.
Weber to Turkoglu. Shot clock violation. And Turkoglu knows he should have shot earlier as we swing it over to Craig Sager.
Well, Peja Stojakovic is in the locker room, but give him an assist for the extra play by Hedo Turkoglu, who's having a career night. Playoff highs in points, rebounds, and assists in the same game. Peja called him aside yesterday, had an extra hour of shooting drills. He said, you're never going to be called. Remember when I missed 11 games in March with that strained hamstring? 9 of the 11 games, Turkoglu was in double figures. They looked at tape of a game on March 21st against Denver. In that game, Turkoglu had 31 points, 10 rebounds, his only double-double of the year. They built up his confidence. He'd been making a defensive contribution, but they said, we're going to need you offensively, and give Peja an assist for getting his buddy Hedo in the zone. Kevin?
Great report, Craig. Turkoglu just picked up his 4th foul.
Well, he's got career high in assists. He's only got 2.
Maybe men explain he was thinking. Here comes Van Exel across the lane. A 3 by Nowitzki. Dirk Nowitzki single-handedly, John, is keeping him in it.
Well, and they got to be careful, too, because Dallas is definitely easing their way into this thing. That's the thing about being cautious, and that's what Danny alluded to early in the game, that by being cautious, sometimes you do let a team back in the ball game.
A lot of standing around at the offensive end for Sacramento.
Shot clock down at 5. Jackson, Turkoglu for 3. And caught on a rebound by LaFrance. Here comes Van Exel. He is 3 of 9. Nash is 3 of 8. It's been all Dirk Nowitzki diving inside. Rebound by Turkoglu.
And you see right there, early in the game, when they missed those shots, Sacramento got the rebound. They're pushing it up and fast breaking, attacking. Now Nowitzki's talking to the officials, and they're not taking advantage of the break opportunities.
It's Mike Bibby. Inside alley-oop. Chris Webber has put in 23.
That was a great pass by Bibby, too.
He's got to love playing with Bibby. I mean, his game is elevated already in this playoffs. He said the comment, you know, we would not have won Game 3 and Game 4 like we did in Dallas last year.
Well, the interesting thing, Danny, about that pass is that you had guys from Dallas around Chris. Bibby just penetrated to him and just dropped it up in the air.
Nash has got 12. Here comes Christie. Shot clock at 9. Bibby by Nowitzki across the lane.
And this is what's gone on in the Utah series and in the Dallas series. When they need big baskets, the guy that's made more than anybody else is Mike Bibby. That's why if they hang on to win this game, without question, he's the MVP of the series in my mind.
He's got 23 of 3 from Finley. Caught by Webber. We're under 2 minutes to play, and the Kings lead 111-99.
Well, this is what Bibby is doing well. He's controlling the pace of this game rather than getting caught up in the music.
Doug Christie for 3. Nowitzki with the rebound. He'll put up a triple. Inside LaFrance. Saves it again, but knocks it right back to Mike Bibby.
Well, this game is over, but I tell you one thing, Sacramento, they did a good job playing against Dallas. They struggled against Utah, and the series that they play next, San Antonio, LA, is going to be a lot more like the Utah series. It's going to be, they're going to have a tough time scoring in the half court.
Jackson for 3. Oh! Bobby Jackson has just delivered the dagger deep in the heart of Texas.
heaven.
No, I don't think so, kid.
Wait, I wasn't bad.
Bad wasn't the problem. You were boring, taking up space. You should have gotten the new Hyundai Tiburon. Nice, huh? It's got 6-speed transmission, V6 power, and the freedom of America's best warranty plan.
Can I drive?
This is hell, kid. You get the minivan.
All right, guys, bring it in. Bring it in. Hey, where's Billy?
He's sick. He's our best player. Yeah, we can't play without him.
Come on, it's gonna be okay.
But for the championship, Coach.
There's gonna be a lot of other games.
Hey, I can play.
Do you know how?
I'm not bad.
He's tall. What do you think? All right, let's go! Hey, if we win, we get to go to McDonald's. So don't play.
At DirecTV, we speak entertainment better than anyone. Introducing the Total Choice Plus package with over 130 channels, including local channels, for just $39.99 a month. Total Choice Plus has more entertainment choices for everyone in the family. Over 15 additional channels for just a few dollars more than Total Choice. Total Choice Plus. More choice, better value. Order now at DirecTV.com or call 1-800-DirecTV.
When you first heard about high-speed internet, you couldn't wait to get up and running. Then reality hit. It was out of reach. Until now. Unleash the power of satellite internet with DirectWay, offered through DirecTV. Faster browsing, quicker downloads, without tying up your phone line, no matter where you live. Call 1-866-GET-D-WAY and make DirectWay your new best friend. Now get DirecTV programming and high-speed internet all in one dish. Come and get it.
There's not been a more traveled franchise than this franchise. They've been in Cincinnati, Rochester, Kansas City, and now Sacramento over the years. But it's been 21 years since this franchise has advanced to a conference final. And tonight, more history. The loudest crowd in the NBA. Sacramento trying to become the first team in these playoffs to make a conference final.
And you know, we see the sign beat LA right there, but Mike Bibby, what a great series he's had. You know, we compare the difference between last year and this year and Jason Williams, but we shouldn't compare Mike Bibby to Jason Williams. We should compare him to all the point guards in basketball because he's one of the top in the league today.
Michael Finley at the free throw line. Hits his first.
I think one of the great things that Bibby has done is control the pace of this game. I think he forced Dallas to play defense tonight.
We just saw the two owners of the Sacramento Kings, Joe and Gavin Maloof. It was not a night where they needed Scott Pollard, but he, as you all know, has been so instrumental in bringing the Kings to where they are tonight and where they are headed.
And I like to see this Dallas team next year after a year of training camp with all this talent.
Well, when these young guys grow up, they're going to be something to deal with. You're absolutely correct about that.
Christie, Weber for three. Turkoglu the rebound. Jackson. Folks, it'll be the Kings in 5. start of the Beat LA chant inside Rockinonco. A week ago tonight, Dallas tied this series at 1. I think the common feeling was Dallas was primed, they grabbed and captured home court advantage. But what a week it has been for the Sacramento Kings. 3 consecutive wins, and they take this series 4 games to 1. Let's send it over to Craig Sager.
Well, we have 4 of the Kings. Everybody is contributing. 6 players in double figures tonight. Bobby Jackson continues to spark the team. Talk about the game tonight and how come everybody was in sync.
We knew it was do or die for them, and we want to come out and play our best basketball and get everybody involved. Coach always said that if we move the ball, they can't guard it, and so we moved the ball extremely well, and we just came out and played hard tonight.
Your first playoff experience, Mike, people question your ability to go against the John Stocktons, the Steve Nash, the All-Star guards. What did you learn during your first playoff so far?
You got to play hard the whole game. You know, there's no time to take off and play both ends of the court, and you'll be all right.
Chris, a year ago at this time, after you guys were eliminated in the playoffs, people said if Chris Webber doesn't re-sign with Sacramento, it's going to be nothing but an expansion team. How proud are you of your team and the decision you made a year ago?
Well, I heard people say that, but you know what? We all came back together, and we know this isn't a championship. We're just celebrating the moment, but it feels good, and we got a long way to go.
We mentioned the fact that Peja Stojakovic tried to build up Hedo Turkoglu's confidence shooting for an hour yesterday, but you were out there as well. What did you tell Hedo? How did you get him so confident tonight?
Well, I told Hedo he's my brother, and I said I don't care if he misses 100 shots in a row, he got to take the next one, because they can't check him, and that's how we do it. We're a team, baby.
Well, brother Hedo, a career night tonight. Talk about your momentum and how you prepared for this game, knowing that you would get the call.
I want to thank my teammates. They didn't help me. I've been struggling a lot. They've been telling me to keep shooting ball, and I got my confidence. I want to thank my teammates, coach, everybody. I'm very happy.
You've heard this arena loud before, but when you hear this beat LA here tonight, do you ever think you'd ever experience anything like this?
It's crazy here. It's so loud, and if it was loud this series, can you imagine what it's going to be like next series, no matter who we play? So it's going to be exciting.
If you do play LA, the fact that you have the home court advantage, all the work you did in the regular season, will that make the difference?
I think what'll make the difference is that we're a team, our heart, Mike, everybody on this team together, and the fact we're not scared. It's just time to ball and see what happens. This is what you dream about right here, baby.
Mike, the next series, obviously you get a little bit of rest here, but what will you guys do as a team?
In the next series, we're not worried about that right now. We got a few days off. We're going to take it all in.
They're all yelling, beat LA, but I think you should be singing happy birthday to Mike as well.
That's right, happy birthday. We ain't going to sing, that's our boy, though. Yeah.
The Kings are headed to the Western Conference Finals. Our producer tonight, Mike Burks, our director, Lonnie Dale. Special thanks to Simone Wise, Suzanne Turner, and David Husney. And here are the updated brackets. The Lakers in San Antonio tomorrow on TBS. Lakers leading it 3 games to 1. A spectacular night for the Sacramento Kings, led by Hedo Turkoglu and Chris Webber. Now for John Thompson, Danny Ainge, and Craig Sager. Kevin Harlan saying so long from Sacramento, where the Kings have beaten the Dallas Mavericks by 13.